let's do that. Mim's not. Oh right, yeah, he's gone. Where did we leave off? Did we leave off when Mika exploded? Was that the last thing that actually happened in the world?
I don't really remember.
Let me
I'll have
get.
my log.
Hang on. Let me get my my log. As I tried to explain via Discord, I'm hoping to get a better grip on less micromanagement and more world. Um, hold that thought until I can get my head round dealing with such matters.
The last thing I did was fix Quinn's leg, according to my log.
Fix Quinn's leg.
Or attempt to, I don't remember if that succeeded.
Diddly diddly. Where the hell's my log? Here we go. Fallout. Yes, update. Update. Let's have a quick look. Right,
It's
so
still damaged. But still see the 1 dice on it.
yes, I think you had failed to fix Quinn's leg. I think I recall now. So that means that we were past the explosive problem of Mika. And so, without further ado, I shall generate a day for you to exist in. Oh, well, that's a bit shit, isn't it? It's snowing.
What?
It's snowing.
Oh, well, there goes Vulcan's day.
Yeah, there goes doing anything. Unfortunately, the weather is declared as steady, which in my language means it's going to be snowing pretty much all day. It's only a light snow, so it's probably just flurries rather than actual snowing. Because it's only 12 millimeters, and I guess that's still enough to give a bit of ground cover.
Significant.
Yeah, that'll leave you chilly if you go out. Probably slightly radiated.
Slightly radical, you mean?
Yeah, slightly radical. So, one thing I'm going to try to steal from a different RPG is the following. Getting the hair out my mouth. There. And I'll wait for Mim to get back, but I have found something I wish to steal. Because I think it will help us. Maybe. Notifications. I don't need notifications.
Do you have old cheese on this plate or something? Oh,
Oh, old cheese.
it's gross.
Roll for old cheese. I mean, cheese.
Old cheese only gives the best rolls.
And also, I'm going to wind back how I'm handling random encounters to how I was doing it previous to your encampment. Because the fact that you've been camped in the same spot has kind of skewed how random encounters worked. So I'm going to be going back a step and using the same kind of random encounter format that you had whilst you were travelling.
Okay.
Because I felt that one was fairer. The fact that you're static means that it over zealously applies random encounters.
Oh, I see.
Is Mim with us? Is he? I'm gonna have to change his name. Change. Yeah, but I need to change your name.
Well,
Leon.
the audience member?
No, you can't be audience member.
Ah, that's cool.
So, as I was saying to Frosty and Amelia, I'm stealing
Mhm.
something from a different roleplay I'm going to be trying out.
Alright. Sounds good.
And for this one thing, I'm going to need a few of these cards. So, I want you to each take a card, and on that card, I wish you to describe a small goal that is achievable in the near future for your character.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be anything grand. It's, you know, something your character wishes to have achieved.
As a description.
Just as a, Vulcan wants to go to the potty without soiling himself once, or something.
Oh, that ship's long since sailed.
It's just like bit ripe, is it?
Bit right.
Vulcan hopes not to become Frank.
He said something achievable.
Well,
There's no great secret. There's no great hidden plot. Realize it's just what, if anything, does your character wish to achieve in the near future? Rechargeable battery pack for a weapon. That's a good target. A drug farm. Why not? That's probably quite lucrative.
Yeah.
And in the right hands, I mean, if you're willing to go down the shadier side of things, who knows? That could be a good money earner. All I'm saying is that Myron in Fallout 2 was a science nerd, and he had a great impact on the wastelands. Myron, I think that was his name.
I didn't play Fallout 2, but
If you haven't played it, then all I can say is I don't particularly want to spoil it if you do want to play the game, because it's a really key detail, and it's actually a fun storyline as well. Like I really liked playing through that one.
Rich, if you can come down to my character sheet.
I'm coming down to your character sheet.
Yeah. So here's the card you gave me, but look down here.
Yeah, I mean, but this this card is literally just. This is for roleplay purposes. So I need to, on this card, have your character's intentions.
Character's intention.
For their, what they want to achieve.
All right.
And again, like your farm, the alcohol thing is perfectly, I'm well aware that that's the thing you've been working on, so that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So like something my character has been thinking about mentally, or something physical, like.
No, just what a thing your character wishes to achieve. So that's perfectly applicable. What you've put there. So
Yeah.
a forge, like for reals, yo. I've waited long enough. And a hydro farm for Vulcan. I mean, pick one. Which is most present in your mind?
A forge, yo.
Forge, yo.
That's
cool. Right. So now
because the amount of time I've been waiting on trying to being able to use my the chunks of steel I
have. I know. You got to work for that, though. You got to work for that.
Yeah. It's like that's probably one of the biggest catfish moves like you've ever done to me. It's like, here's some nice materials. Nope.
You've got good material. You just can't use it.
Yeah, it's just like how I think I've had that material for about
best part of like a quarter of a year now.
I think it's been longer. I've had that workable steel for so long.
Anyway. And with I declared that the day is snowy to start off with, and it's looking like it's set in for the day. And so, what
It
does
is. It
the...
has been snowing here in Denmark. There's snow outside now.
Oh, just look outside the window. You can get a good idea. Now, if you look outside the window, and then imagine all of the buildings are just rubble, and also if you can just look and you see like wavy lines where there's radiation, like I'll do. Give you a good impression.
Yeah. Looks like how it looked. That would be how it looked before they renovated the place. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, snowy day. The date of which is unimportant, but I'm sure Amelia's already probably taken note of it somehow.
Well, it's in my logs.
See, told you.
It is March 2.
Is it?
If we're starting a new day, it is. Otherwise, it's still
Damn
March
it.
1 and we're at the end of.
No, you might actually be right. Okay.
We wrapped up the other day, if I remember correctly.
So anyway,
I think so. Yeah.
excluding the thoughts of the time slots, because I'm erring on trying to weed us out of those. But what would your characters like to get up to today?
Vulcan would like to get up and just kind of like, yeah, if anyone else is awake, they see him like shooing away something like a fly that's buzzing around his head. And he goes, I think it's time that maybe we should go and look for some stuff. I think we should all go together, but I'm worried about our stuff here. I mean, Frank says he won't stay and watch, so he's going to come with us. So nothing's going to be here. But we
We
need
can stay close.
Maybe. But I need to get some flowers. Sorry, some specific herbs because I need to make, well, the bad away again. Because we're going to need that, and it's starting to come back into season where it should be easier to find those flowers. And you remember, right, Quinn? Those were the flowers that you liked so much.
Pretty flowers.
Quinn today is in some sort of maintenance mode for the moment, and he just sort of tilts his head, but it's more like the motor just sort of slowly gives way. Yeah.
Good talk, Quinn. And he comes up and taps Quinn. No, I will not slap him. Frank, why are you such an asshole? If you want to be part of the conversation, you need to start saying nicer things. Well, I don't care what happened to you when you were a child. That doesn't give you an excuse to be a cunt now.
Oh God.
Yeah, go pout.
Quickly off game, Frosty. If you knew how many times I wanted to say that to people in real life, like your disposition back then doesn't allow you to be a cunt now.
Yeah, so I think if we all go together, we'll have a much better time of finding it, because I always send you all out, and sometimes the results are less. So maybe if I come with you. I know it's snowing now, but like we really need this stuff, and then the snow won't be a problem. The rain, the snow, if I can make a bunch of this stuff, we can go swimming if you want, although the bugbear rag crocodiles might be a problem.
Yeah, no, I like no swimming. Swimming is not really high on my mind, and Leon just has a flashback of a bad dream of Arnica preparing to jump into a river. But yeah, heading out. Yeah, I could probably use some more stuff.
Mm. Before we go, though, we should definitely eat. Get us warm in the belly.
That's true.
And he taps his belly. What do you think, Ruby?
Yeah. Well, we shouldn't go too far because all our stuff's here.
Is there any chance for us to just leave Quinn here on a like
Quinn
attack
comes.
anyone that isn't you.
There's no chance.
Okay,
Quinn is permanently attached.
fair enough.
So
Oh,
off we go.
Yeah, I really need to get if we can make some automated turrets. That would be nice.
Hmm.
But again, we need stuff for that. Oh my god. Why is stuff so hard to come?
Well, it is the apocalypse.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. The world ended.
Yeah.
But Ruby, do you by any chance remember the flowers that you gathered? Well, it was months ago now. You remember what they look like?
Some kind of yellow one.
No, those were the other ones. These ones are red.
Oh. Well, then I don't remember them.
Okay, well they, kind of like haphazardly draws in some dust.
Leon hands him a scrap piece of paper and a chunk of charcoal to sketch with. Oh wait,
It's like a stick figure flower.
Oddly
Oh,
enough,
didn't you actually draw for us?
I will say, even so, as you're handed the chunk of charcoal, Frosty, Vulcan sort of looks at it in his hand and is like, "Oh yeah, this is part of it." And you just realise that you have to add charcoal to the mix. That's part of your bad away.
Yeah. Yes. This is good. Yeah, I need this too.
Well, yeah. Well, I have it. Well, we have a ton of it, and considering as long as we keep drinking water, we're gonna have more of it.
So, did you guys want to do anything before we head out? He says as he's drawing. I guess it's less of an issue now because he's going with
we
them.
should probably wait until it gets warmer. Stuff.
Yeah, Rich, question.
Hello.
If Leon takes a slight power nap, can he regain any fatigue?
For a power nap, no. No.
well.
I have to get my fatigue back, right?
If you've slept, then you should be gaining 2 fatigue back from. Yeah, you should be back at normal. Yeah.
Well, Leon said fatigue 6, so a bit tired.
Yeah, I think that's what you're actually at, though.
Yeah, which is why I was asking for the power nap.
Unfortunately, no. A power nap, whilst it would be restful for you, would not return any of your lost fatigue. You would have to basically forfeit a good chunk of the day to actually be mindfully rested,
Yeah.
as it were.
All right. Yeah. No.
Can I gizmo like mini meth?
Mini meth. Oof.
Well, because cocaine is just a plant, so could I use a medical gizmo to pep him up without killing him? So he has maybe temporary extra. You know what? Anything like that would probably come with the downside of after.
Yeah, I mean, I was exactly thinking just that. I was like, okay, so if you're going to remove something, what's going to be the flip of that? That's exactly where my mind was.
Never mind. Vulcan starts to talk and then thinks better of it. All right, well, you two do what you need to do, and then when it gets warmer-ish, let's go do that. I'm gonna move some charcoal off for what we'll need for the drugs.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but I've just found a legitimate quasi-herbal implementation of what could be your bad away. Apparently, beets have a natural their pulp has a radioactive retention thing because of their high levels of antioxidants. eating a diet high in antioxidants had a strong anti-radiation effect in lab rats. So beets, supposedly, when abused, have benefits to being anti-radiation. So, for purposes of somewhat being realistic, I'm going to
We're
say that
looking for
it's
beets.
beets that you're actually hunting for.
It looks kind of like this, and he draws a heart with a little thing coming out the top.
Do beets have flowers? They must have.
I don't think they flower. No.
No,
Or wait,
a beet is more. It's more the same
like a
shape
tuber?
as a sweet potato.
Oh, they
It's
have
like all
flowers.
underground.
Yeah, no, a beet is more the shape of a sweet potato. What you're thinking of is basically the Mario equivalent of a radish.
Drug addict. Hello.
Fair enough.
But you are right.
Yeah.
They do sort of have flowers. They're not exactly glorious, but there we go.
Excellent.
So
No, but the
we've
good
learned
thing about
something today.
Good thing about them is they're easier to grow than.
I mean, hypothetically, yeah. I mean, if it's going to be beets that I'm implementing as I'm
Mhm.
just going to put in here beets as my thing, and charcoal, and obviously that needs to be purified in some form, so probably some alcohol in there.
We have a process.
But either way, I'm writing a pseudo methodology for your bad away.
All right, so we're looking for beets. And suddenly remembers. And then he goes back to like getting the other supplies that he needs. Kind of like shuffling things over, talking to himself, swatting at like nothing.
Cool. So what about the other chaps then? What's going on in their world?
Well, Leon's thinking. So Gwen is definitely coming. Would it give us any benefits to collecting stuff if we actually attached the cart to him and had him pull it along, so we had an easier time of gathering stuff?
I mean, at most you're only looking for a couple of armfuls of these things.
Yeah, unless you want to go gathering wood, it's kind of pointless to bring a cart.
It would slow us down, I think, too much.
All right.
But I don't think it's a bad idea to think about hooking shit up to Quinn. Possible.
I'm just thinking of like getting as many bonuses as we can, if that would help.
How would that add to a bonus for gathering?
You don't have to carry as much stuff around looking for more stuff.
Tiny little flowers or plants.
Pretty flowers.
Oh, I was thinking that we could also on the side look for like other stuff other than just
Ah, yeah.
plants.
Leon's got machinations of doing other things.
Looking for those fucking bits of wires and shit.
I believe you've got enough wire now.
We have enough wire, but again, more materials more stuff I can break apart to make other stuff out of is always good. Like if you want a wheat farm, a hydroponic farm would probably be your best bet.
Probably.
Does Leon understand or have any comprehension of what a hydroponic farm is?
Nope. Not even remotely.
Right.
Because to be honest, even though a hydroponic farm is easy to set up, it takes a ton of knowledge to work out the amount of like nutrients.
No, but
it's in our tech level though, right?
I mean, it's within your tech level, but within tech level and having knowledge of a thing are very different. The knowledge of the world you're in is kind of hard to come by because you don't have mass media. You don't have education per se.
I also had a bit of a meta question. We got the names of those people who want to come and overtake Bad, right?
Yes.
Excellent. I suggest that we try to put feelers out to find where those people are, merchants, whatnot,
Oh, the one
and
from
maybe let them use our place as a
stage.
yeah.
Mm.
Or just go to where they are.
Hmm.
We can dig up the wire and take it with us. But anyway, all right, moving on.
Yeah. So anyway, the trip to gather. What's the plans here?
As far as I've gathering herbs and beetroot.
So you're just going to go looking for herbs for the moment then?
Well, not just yet because it's too cold.
Then what were you doing while we're waiting?
Trying to air quick.
Ah,
In which case, give me a roll on robotic engineering. I'll allow it for that.
That's my.
In which case, you have undunged the ding.
Good.
It might not be in perfect condition, but it's now looking more like armor.
Alright. Yes, now we're every.
As that's the.
If we're just waiting, then Leon will probably.
Do you
wait,
have?
no.
Hang
No,
on a
we-
second. Do you have in your pile of gubbins any metallic things?
I thought a few. God, we have a lot of shit.
Yeah, you got a lot of shit.
Well, I have
Metal.
some scraps of undefined metal.
Scrap metal. What did you say, Amelia?
2 steel material.
Okay, but you can't work the steel. In which case, yeah, that's just a hodgepodge on the fly repair. You've literally had to sort of bang some armor back into place.
Okay.
But I will allow, as you have made a good roll.
Thank you.
So, with Quinn deftly repaired, the day rolls along, sun comes up.
Well,
Off we go, yo.
Vulcan, are you sure you can handle the cold outside?
Oh yeah, it's totally fine.
For reference, today is actually pretty warm. The average temperature outside is going to be 10 degrees. That means that at peak, you're looking at, you know, you could probably go out with just a normal coat on and not really feel chilly at all.
Oh, that means the snow is gonna melt a bit, and if it refreezes, it's just gonna turn into ice. Sweet. No.
It should.
I would say that that's probably a fair assumption because the temperature is only going to dip very late in the day. So you're looking at slush rather than snow outside.
Quick lore question: In what time period is Fallout set in? Like when was the nuke drop?
The nuke was 2077, I believe. I could be wrong.
Oh,
It's 200 years.
wait, what? But in the games, it all seems like the progression of like technology stopped at somewhere like in the mid 40s or something like that.
Yeah,
But
Their history is different.
yeah, they have a vastly different history. And specifically, the America as presented, certainly in the more recent Bethesda Fallout games, overplays the importance of that aesthetic.
Okay.
Because in the original concepts of Fallout from Fallout, the world was incredibly advanced. So it was a very advanced society, but it was one on the precipice of massive industrial problems. So fuel was destroyed. There was no fuel in the world. So you couldn't get petrol, oil, gas. Everything was defunct.
Okay.
They didn't have massive infrastructure built around renewable energies. And because of the divergence of histories, they'd become far more reliant on nuclear energies.
Okay.
And so it's a little bit of hand-wavium that the aesthetic as seen in the Fallout games, at least in my headcanon, is put there in a way to aid a society that is in turmoil by basically hiding the horrible effects of their society behind a veneer of "isn't it nice, everything's fine, white picket fence," which would have been true for some parts of America, but for other parts they were literally living in slums.
Wasn't it also because, like, after the World War II, they used that's where it kind of diverged because they started using vacuum tube electronics
Yeah,
instead of
well,
transistors.
the whole thing, basically, the transistor was not invented in Fallout until the mid-80s, I think. So there's like a 30-year difference in technological transistor advancement. So they relied a lot more, as you say, on vacuum tubes, and they became ever more efficient at building machinery and technology around that. And only when the transistors came about, they would have faced the same transition of technology, but in a very different time frame to what we know. So the world of Fallout was, at the year 2077, when the war broke out, much more technologically advanced than we currently understand, but in a different way than we currently understand.
Okay. Well, basically, I was just seeking confirmation about the possibility that someone actually popularized using hydroponic farms.
I mean, hydroponics would probably have been a thing pre-war, just simply
Oh
because of the fact of the massive problems they were having in that pre-war state. So feeding people was a problem, and hydroponic farming would have been probably essential to pre-war life.
yeah.
But again, there was such massive turmoil that the world was a very dangerous place pre-war. Probably more dangerous in the post-war because most of the planet's dead. So make of that what
No,
you
it's
will.
also No, it's just if it was something that people knew.
I'm sure that the technology of hydroponics exists in this world, but the bit I was questioning was whether or not your character would have a place to know of such things.
Oh, there is no logical way that Leon would know anything about this. It would probably fall more towards the scholar gardener of the group. You are like legit. Vulcan is really just turning into a university professor.
As is the way.
Actually, how old? So Vulcan is what, in his mid-60s? I'm sure I put an age somewhere.
62,
Yeah, something like that.
64.
62.
And we're currently in the year 2146. You would have been born just after the war.
So I would have a lot.
Huh.
You've been walking around with people who know.
Like, yeah, you would have rubbed shoulders with pre-war people.
Yeah, he did.
Oof.
We need to take a look at him then.
2146. So how old is he? 60 something?
62.
So he would be from 80. Saying that right? 84?
Something like that, yeah.
So you and I need to have a
That's
chat.
less than 10 years after the war.
Yeah, your childhood would have been horrible, man.
Yeah.
Well, he must have either grown up in a vault then or something.
No, there were surviving places outside of vaults.
But
Really?
could it be a vault?
How much after the bombs did the vaults open, the first ones?
Not for a long time.
Yeah, because it was like at least 25 years of what I remember, but
So I could have spent my younger days in a vault. And that would
either
have.
that or one of the surviving communities.
I prefer a vault. It fits more with Vulcan's type of parasitic living.
It does. I mean, honestly, even if it were just your young childhood, having been born and raised in a vault, I'd allow that.
Yeah.
That would make sense. And then
Yeah.
even if it was an early open vault, like a settlement vault or some shit, and
But
you
if
know,
that is the... Oh, go
well, I
on.
was just gonna say, if your family was one of the first like settlement families out,
Mm.
But if he was in a vault and he could possibly know about hydroponics.
yeah, but don't forget, he would have been in a vault when he was tiny.
Yeah, that's true.
So he'd have been
Well,
learning
in an
his
early vault.
ABCs.
But I would have been with people who knew about things.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. In your lifetime, you would have definitely have sat down and drunk tea with a
A scientist
pre-war
or
survivor.
yeah, scientist, maybe a farmer. Most likely a farmer. Huh. We have to hash that out.
Yeah,
Flesh
that's worth
that later.
exploring. I'll look into that.
I did not expect me asking about hydroponic farms would I start rewriting Vulcan's backstory.
I don't think it's rewriting anything we've
It's
never
writing
touched
it.
on.
Oh well, yeah, okay. It's more adding to it.
We struggled with the idea of how the hell does he have all this knowledge. I was like,
Boom.
now we have a reasonable reason, except for he's old.
His
Yeah, I mean-
parents would have been from before the war.
Yeah, your
Mhm.
parents legitimately would have been pre-war survivors. I mean,
Yeah.
So,
until
yeah.
the fact they're dead. So
Oh yeah, I hope they're dead. Fuck.
They're like somewhat like 80s, 90s years old now. Just like
I would not want to be a 90-year-old in this.
no, I'm pretty sure your parents are probably dead, but that's up to you as character
We'll
development.
see.
I mean, heck, they could be frickin' ghouls.
Yeah. But all right. So, shall we press?
Right, so what is it that the party is adventuring out to? I mean, where is the adventuring, and what is the?
ooh.
Close
Probably
to
back
where we
to
are.
where those fields were.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Where we went last
in
time.
fairness, these tokens on this map are now defunct. You haven't actually been outside.
Oh yeah,
for
it's
long
been
enough
weeks
that,
and
yeah,
weeks.
I'll get rid of the time tokens.
There are some fields over there.
Well, there's grassland that's just to the south of you,
Yeah.
or there's forested areas if you go further sort of southwest.
Probably need to go to the grasslands.
Yeah, I think the grasslands would probably be better.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, so you head out to the grasslands.
Mm-hmm.
All together.
And you're all traveling together
Oh.
during the height of the day. And I'm going to say, like, if you're going out midday, basically, or around, the sort of lunch and after lunch.
Probably a bit before, because the first block is done.
We don't have blocks.
We don't
Yeah,
do that anymore.
I'm moving away from currently.
Okay.
Currently.
Make it more of a flow.
Yeah.
So, in the heat of the day, it's actually going to get quite balmy. The peak temperature today is 18 degrees.
Oh wow. That's like
Wow.
t-shirt weather.
So, yeah, you set out, and the what sun there is shining through the cloud cover is quite pleasant. The flurries of snow whip into your face every now and then. Because of the flurried snow, can everyone take an endurance check?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, I'm.
Oh,
Oh
all
well.
right, hun, your
Pass
turn.
by 2.
Pass by 2. Okay.
Well, okay. Well,
Fail
obviously
by
I
5.
fail.
Right.
Obviously I fail by 6. But I do, story-wise, makes sense. I am dead tired. I am half awake.
So you're no longer going to have the advantage of being in a building, which means those that have failed have gained a little bit of radiation. Oh, nope, that's the wrong thing to copy. Don't copy that. And those that have passed are doing all right. So, oh, no. But Vulcan's actually doing okay anyway.
Yeah, I did have some rat away.
Being radical.
Pretty radical.
The worst person at the moment, although no physical detriment thus far, is Leon.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What does my radical meter say about my radicalness?
Oh yeah, you have your QT, don't you? You're
Yeah.
currently at 27.
Okay.
So middling to, you know,
You'll need some bat away later.
you're on the worrying side of of the numbers, but you're still physically and mentally, not affected in any way.
Could
Is
you
it like the Fallout game, so it goes to 1,000?
I've actually got that scale in front of me. But
So it does go to 1,000.
I also have the realistic rad stuff to
I don't think you
reference.
want 1,000 rads in real life.
Well,
Or the equivalent.
Die or become a ghoul at that point.
Here's what the game Fallout says happens at 1,000. Intense agony. Healing -10. HP -20. Strength -6. Perception -5. Endurance -5. Charisma
I'd still have good
-5.
perception.
Yeah, you'd still be like, I can see, but I'm in agony. Vomit.
There are some perks that you can get that get you buffs from being on high rads.
You can, but I don't know if they're worth it. And agility is also -6, just to end that up. So basically, yeah, high rads, bad news. And that's along with the potential of seizures and potential loss of consciousness, and of course the fact that you're going to die. There's that.
Yeah, there's that one.
Just that little bubbler there.
That is a detail that at some point. Yeah.
Anyway, back to, so yeah, 27 for Ruby at the moment, so you're feeling okily dokily.
Ruby, is there a way that you can leave that on? The beeping.
Oh, that's always on, isn't it? When there's too much rads, that thing starts
Yeah, I
making
mean,
noise.
she would instantly be given a notification of potential, problematic changes in radiation.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah, that's awesome.
Because
that was a good fix.
She done
Amelia.
fixed the thing.
It was a lot of work to get that.
Yeah, I mean, she spent a long time getting it fixed, but it was a good fix.
Yeah.
So
Best.
Cool. Right. So gatherations then. Begin thy use whatever appropriate skills you have for this kind of nonsense. If you've got
with an herb lore of. Oh, okay. I'm retarded. It has modifiers.
Scrounging, I guess.
For me, it'd be outdoorsman.
Yeah, yours is going to be outdoorsman. Scrounging is probably the most effective thing here. What's your scrounge?
11.
11. Okay, but tell you what, if you give me a roll on that for a starter, and then we'll go from there.
Ooh, 1 over.
1 over. Hmm. The sodden, slushy, mushy ground that you're searching over yields no beets or beet-like things. Hmm. Anyone else having a crack?
Oh,
Fuck.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Frank is distracting you today. Like, he is all up in your grill. And every time you start, like, you bend down and you're trying to look amongst some foliage, and you just got Frank right in front of you, and it's just pissing you off, man. He's...
Start
I was thinking
cursing.
that Frank was just doing the helicopter in front of him, saying that this is
Yeah,
fun.
look at this! Look at this!
Look at this.
Woo!
This is just as much important as what you're doing right now, you idiot. Well, okay, Leon's gonna try using his scrap salvage because he is an idiot and materials are all that he knows, and it's a material for him. It's a material in Radaway.
You will come up with plant fiber as a result.
I find you a plant.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Well, it's on the dot.
Unfortunately, yeah, you find plant. Eventually you do come back holding some kind of tuber, and just Vulcan gives you the dirtiest look. He's like, what the hell, man? That's not even close.
Might be
That-
food.
No. Vulcan goes, that's poisonous. Put it down.
And Leon was walking over with the face of a proud
Super
child,
happy.
a proud child coming towards their parents with something they've made, and just walks away with the
Wash your hands.
yeah, just like it was
Don't
like,
touch your eyes.
it was. He didn't appreciate any of it. Like now I'm sad.
Frank has got him pissed. Like he is in a bad mood right now.
I can imagine. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was time well wasted. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
There is still time in the day if you want to continue your search, but I'm going to do a random GM dice thing.
And it's fatigue, right? The cost of this.
For the act of staying out to continue searching, yes, you especially will be fatigued. Everyone else will
Okay.
be rolling endurance, but you can have an automatic one because, well, your bad back, your age, it's tiring. My dice was dicey, so we carry on. Are you continuing with an additional search?
I think we need to try and look harder. What do you all think?
Yeah? Look more?
Yeah. So far, Leon goes like, yeah, okay. Like he is depressed that that he did. No one appreciated that fact that he found something that he
A
thought
poisonous, dangerous, like handling that's dangerous. I'm just picturing this like really toxic thing.
Look, Leon found a plant that looked distinguishable for any other sludge that's around him.
Yeah.
And he was like, this looks important. This must be a good thing.
If we were trying to kill everybody, yes, that would be a good thing. Let's do it again.
So you're going to continue, yeah? Before you do, I'll take it anyway. No,
sorry.
I'll take it. That's fine.
Oh, fuck, great.
I'll take it.
A lot under.
I'll take it, but I'll come back to that.
Yeah,
Could everyone roll me a luck check?
Can I swap which roll I'm using for that?
No.
I fail by 3.
I'll fail by. I pass by 4.
Pass by 4. Cool. Fail by 3.
2 ones?
What are we rolling endurance or are we rolling
Luck.
Oh, luck.
What's the
I
score?
passed by 1.
Yeah, this is just me being GM.
Okay, so we roll
So whilst you were digging around in the fields, let's roll a dice.
Did we dig up some Oh, what are they called
Vault
again?
entrance?
Mole rats.
Vulcan. Vulcan finds... well, Vulcan trips over whilst arguing with Frank.
Mm-hmm.
A small mud-covered, but clearly metallic box.
Huh. Ow. Frank,
Right,
will you
you've
shut up
stubbed
for
your
a
toe.
minute? Hey, Ruby, Leon. What's this?
Watch this or watch this?
Both.
I'll come over and have a look.
You gonna
Ian trundles over.
pick it
Yeah.
up?
Yeah?
You pick up a very dirty. I mean, it was buried in the dirt. And the lid on it is bent at an awkward angle that means it will probably never close properly ever again. But it is a broken jewellery box. Just a
Is there anything
small...
in it?
Nope, it's completely empty apart from a sod of mud that's in there.
Hooray!
Oh, might as well take it for scrap.
It's a container. We can do stuff with it. I
It's
put
only
it in my
small. I
bag.
mean, you put it at like maybe like 6 inches in sort of diameter.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a small decorative jewellery box.
Mm.
And because of the luck check passing, Mim.
Mhm.
So you go about continuing to search for whatever it is that Vulcan's searching for.
Yeah.
And you happen across a small pile of what looks maybe like it was part of a building that has now long since not been a building.
Okay.
And you kick some of the heavier rubble away, and something catches your eye in this rubble. Is there any unfairness to what you're doing? There is
Pull out.
some unfairness. So,
There.
amongst the rubble, you see like an old travelling trunk. It's clodded with dirt. It's wet. It looks like it's been out here forever. What do you do?
I yeet it out.
I mean, it's quite a sizable sort of 4-foot trunk. This thing.
Yeah, well, I grab a hold of it and try to pull it out, like, or excavate it.
Yeah. So it's actually not that hard to pull out. Most of the rubble is loose, and you pull it out, and
I've had some experience in clearing out rubble. For the
yeah,
last
you've dealt with rubble. So
I've dealt with that.
pulling a largish box up is not the worst thing in the world for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this box looks pretty decrepit. What do you do?
Can't help it.
Can you open it?
Well, I'm asking, is it fun?
Well,
And
you try to open it, and it appears that the now rusted, horridly corroded lock that's on the front of it is locked.
Right. Well, would I assume that I would need a tool to open it, or can I just like rip it apart?
What do you want to try?
Ah, fuck it. I'm gonna try see if I can rip it open.
Give me a strength check.
Cool. Rolling. On the dot.
Yeah. This container is old enough now that as you put some back into it, you pretty easily pry your fingers into the mouth of it, and then with a bit of a heft, you just rip the whole thing apart, and rust splinters out everywhere. The hinges just disappear out the back, twang off the back, and the lid itself nearly tears in half. It was old and useless, basically. You just wrecked this thing. Yes, so you've managed to get in. Inside, apart from some very, very degraded clothing, is a plastic container. It's a white plastic container.
Ooh, pills. Pills over here. Well, I examined the container.
It's a small plastic box of some kind. White,
open
it's
it.
opaque. You can open it. It's not. Yeah, it's a small. It's barely a couple inches in size, but yeah, you open it up.
And there's nothing
Inside there is some bandaging in pre-wrapped selection bags. There is several unguents of various medical, you know.
Fuck yeah!
You have found a medic kit.
What?
in it.
Nice.
Cool.
Vulcan's like, do you know what that is?
Vulcan's like, I sense a disturbance in the medicine force.
Now, why didn't you bring me that first?
Oh, Leon opens this and realizes what it is, closes it back to just go, hey, Vulcan, not Frank, Vulcan, and he just tosses it to Vulcan.
Oh, that was a terrible idea.
I am pretty sure that unless we're in combat, I don't need to roll for a
No,
generally
but
toss.
he's shit.
No, but like my agility is horrible, so I'll probably miss this.
Yeah, go on, give me an agility roll.
Yeah,
Let's see
to
how.
see with
Oh
Frank
my
in my fucking face.
No, yeah, okay. So you sort of fumble it at your fingers a little bit, but it's like, oh, and you catch it.
Yeah.
Frank helps me.
And
Helps me
also,
catch
I
it.
did remember to close it back up so it's not like it's just like spraying every kind of.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
So what you have there is a med kit with 2 uses left in it.
Sweet.
Yay! I found a thing.
But we haven't yet covered the day's searching, because that was just whilst he was fumbling around he managed to find that. So, do all of the appropriate rolls for the rest of the day's searching.
I got a 7,
Oh yeah, you got a 7.
which with my modifiers from the new stuff is ridiculous.
So,
Have to roll again for scrounging.
yes, because you're staying, well, unless you're deciding not to stay, but Frosty is, well,
I
Vulcan.
rolled on it now.
You're on it, so you've got 7. You're on.
Okay. I'm doing my scrap salvage because that's all I know how to do, and I am over.
Yeah,
terrible.
you're far too busy being happy that you found something for Vulcan. You're like, hey, yeah.
Oh my god, this is like a really-
Any contemplation of finding anything else is just useless to you right now. You're just like, I
Also,
found
when
a
he
thing.
handed me that thing and I realized what it was, I pat him on the back. Good job, son. Good job.
It's like basically Leon right now is basically in a state of like depression because he has like he goes from high to low in like a
A bit
millisecond.
bipolar, yeah.
Bipolar.
Yeah, it's
Okie
just like,
dokie.
oh, I found something and it's poisonous. No one likes me.
You did
I
wash your
love it,
hands, right?
everybody happy.
Oh yeah, after the toxic root that you brought back just throws you a medkit that's now spoiled.
Yeah.
No, the medkit is fine.
Okay, good.
Well, you did also say the bandages were pre-wrapped.
Yeah,
so
they're all pre-wrapped. It's all fine. Unfortunately, Amelia, you do not find anything.
Okay.
I do need to work this one out for Mr. Vulcan though, because he's rolled pretty good. Let me
Did you roll for
just-
Quinn, hun?
Oh, Quinn doesn't do
Yeah,
searching.
he can't do search.
Ah.
He would just be
know what to
kicking
look for.
clods of mud about.
Just be like, kick in. These are not flowers.
So let's have a look here. Saturday. You know what? I actually think you found some.
I mean, it is a significant number under, like with all my modifiers.
I'm going to give you enough for secret roll.
Please be a lot.
Ooh, well, the dice has landed. You've found a small patch that was growing. And it's propagated quite nicely in amongst the recent more spring-like weather, there's enough here for 10 doses if you don't fuck it up.
Fuck. Okay. I collect.
Yep, you rip them all up. There's some
Yes.
withered-looking ones, but there's some plump little beady bits in there that you think, oh yeah, they'll mush down.
Cool.
So, Vulcan, you're going to have to sacrifice a fatigue point for having spent the day out.
Dead.
Cool, if you've done. And anyone else, if you roll against your endurance, because you're young and vibrant and you might not get tired.
I rolled on it.
You've rolled on, that's allowable, you're okay.
I'm 2 under, but I'm still very exhausted. I am like out of 10. I'm at 6.
Does your
So I am quite
exhaustion
tired.
deplete your
Again, I don't wanna like if I'm like gaining the system or anything. I don't want to do that because my
No, you're actually okay. Your endurance is you're quite
I am riding high on emotional distress.
yeah, you're doing all right. So
Cool.
the only person to have lost fatigue then was Vulcan.
Hooray.
And the day starts, the sun starts dipping a little bit and telling you that the day is wrapping up. Would you like to stay out any lot more, or is it time to head back?
To be honest, like if there's nothing that's like immediate danger in the wilderness,
I kind of want to keep looking.
yeah, I kind of want to keep going as well because since
What time is it?
It's probably gone like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Probably like close to 5, I'd say. It's that time of day where your body naturally starts feeling a little bit like, oh, yeah, I've done my day now.
Guess we can look a bit more.
Do it again.
if the weather's not appearing to be turning it,
The weather's not turning. It's still sort of that. It's in between grey and the snow's. What snow there is just flurried about by the light breeze. It's still cloudy enough, but there's sunshine coming through.
I search. I think we should keep going.
I'm going to have another GM dice if you're staying out further. GM dice.
GM dice.
GM dice. Ooh.
I already lost my fatigue point.
Yeah, that's cool. So you are currently in Greenland / grassland, and okie dokie. So nothing of note happens around you.
Nice.
Cool. Grabbing 1 under. God, what am I? Me and my rolls. I should be playing D&D right now.
Yeah.
I
Oof.
fail by 4.
I don't think that's going to be good. With my modifiers, I might pass, but I don't know what the modifier to my outdoorsman is on this sheet.
I'm using current.
Okay.
The
So I got a
sheet.
12.
Yeah. Unfortunately, none of you find any more beats. But let me roll on beats by Dre. One of you, however, does find, and because Amelia hasn't yet found anything, it's Ruby that comes across this. No, better yet, it's Quinn. So as you're mooching about in the field, kicking aside, gangly-looking bits of vine and strands of grass or whatever else is growing out there, Quinn suddenly stops, and he's like, "Hello, hello." You turn around and see that he's currently trying to converse with a rusty trash bin.
Aww.
Oh,
That's
trash bin.
That was beautiful.
Okay, is there anything in it?
It's just a rusty trash bin.
Okay,
Leon picks it up.
metal, I guess.
I mean, yeah,
No.
it's badly rusted, but it has some metal.
Look, the only possible reason, or at some point, that Leon would actually do something to this trash bin if Quinn is completely powered down, so he doesn't see it. No,
Mm,
he
that might be a good idea.
Do
Yeah.
what?
Quinn thinks it's something to talk to, and so if he starts dismantling it, Quinn might decide to dismantle him with a chainsaw. Leon doesn't
Okay,
know.
I was thinking more in the case of Quinn getting depressed, but sure, that
Quinn
makes
is
more sense.
incapable of depression, but Quinn is
Yeah.
capable of chainsawing.
So Leon carries this very rusty bin back, probably with Quinn continuously talking to it.
No, upon picking the bin up, Quinn, he doesn't have a face per se, but his camera array is staring at you in a way that just sort of says, "Why are you taking that?"
That's my friend. You're
Leon
a
looks up and
monster.
Leon just noticed that the camera's just pointing at him, just, we are taking it home.
Can everyone do me an endurance check? Because we've been out today.
Oh, no.
Passed by what?
No.
Can't believe I passed
2
away.
over, and
Okay, Leon
Fail
and
by
Vulcan, 1 fatigue, please.
I was about to say, do I have to put Vulcan into the bin and carry him?
I am almost half. That's good.
Uh-oh.
Are you
If
falling below your fatigue limit?
I'm at 5. If stuff starts getting boring, I will pass out.
Okie dokie. So, the question is, I presume you're now travelling back because it's going to be sort of getting to the point where the sun's now dipping behind the trees, and the cold would quickly come back. So, it would sharply fall from like 12 degrees down to like 6 degrees in a matter of seconds. You would notice it. On the journey back, however, how's that going? It's only a short walk, but
Now we just walk back in a group, I guess.
Yeah. There's no reason to split up.
all right.
Quinn had eaten ghosts.
Vulcan?
No. He's pretty tired.
He's pretty tired. Okay. In which case, Leon, can you roll your narcolepsy? Because there's not much engagement going on this journey back.
Narcolepsy. That's ooh. Oh shoot. That's my will. That's not a good one. Ah, come on. Yes, on it.
So,
Uh,
Vulcan, you would probably notice this just as a passive thing, but on the journey back, you can see Leon in that weird state of like just dropping off to sleep, and then he like snaps his head up and carries on.
Hang on, buddy. We're almost home.
yeah. No worries. And Leon just leans his head against the bin he's carrying, just like, yeah.
Cool. In which case, yeah, you make it home. There's been no engagements today from the world, at least. You've found your rusty bin, and you've found a fucking medkit
Yeah.
Nice.
and
And possible that way.
a shitty jewelry box, and like tons of stuff to make Badaway with. Yeah, you did actually all right.
Yeah, like if I don't fuck this up, 10 uses is a lot.
That's a good amount. You off to sleep then?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably should try that in the morning.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure coming back in the warmth of the making of water and the fire and putting down the trash can, Leon just passes out. Just like
You know what?
cuddle.
I will allow that. I'll allow you to just like, yeah, you sit down, it's warm. You've been out all day. Your shoulders are a little bit achy because you've been hunched over all day, and you just
Yeah,
sit down. It's like, and it's boom, he's asleep.
yeah.
For those that are resting, so everyone, gain back 2 fatigue points if you need it.
Well,
I didn't
well,
lose any.
Yes, you did all right.
well. Maybe. Let's see.
The only thing you've got to worry about is your nightmares.
And oof, I'm actually 1 under.
In which
I
case,
didn't
yeah,
get any nightmares.
2 fatigue points then.
Yay! See? Quick question: have we gotten completely away with the whole training thing?
Uh, yes, I think that is now disbanded for the new paradigm.
Cool.
After our discussions, it no longer exists.
That's nice.
Yep, skill buying or point buying now.
Yeah. Still sucks though because
I will try to offset the loss of training by being more applicable with how I score your karma. So
well,
it's not
also
going to be a complete paradigm shift.
I do like the fact because without the training, it forces us to get out and do stuff.
Yep.
Like we're forced now to do something. To
You don't have to. You could have just sat in in the hotel all day. The Leon's
it's an inn.
Inn.
It
It's
was
not a
warm in
hotel.
there. There was food.
Yeah, warm food. Also, scrap off a day's worth of food.
So it's 3 per, so 9.
Yeah, 9 of you.
Okay.
I'm just moving the Mika tokens into the tombstone. Should be here.
Done.
When did I say that the fuel was due to burn out? I did make a note of that.
We had about a cord, he said, and a month or a few weeks.
I have 5.5 weeks of wood here, but I don't remember from when that is.
5.5. That had been from when you collected it, and I can tell you when you collected it. So.
I can't put stuff into the tombstone.
Oh, it's because it exists outside the world.
All right.
Yeah, they exist in a stupid plate. They're not real, basically. Don't worry, I'll sort it out. So, wood gathering. Would have been. February. Well, the only dates I've got are February 15th or 16th. It's probably the 15th looking at it. Because that was the end of a time advance. So, you've lost a week's worth of wood?
Okay. So down to 4.5.
Yeah, call it that. For the odds and sods that will be kicking around.
Done.
Cool. Thank you. My phone's buzzing because I should get up and do some steps, but I'm not going to because I've already done 10,000 steps today.
Oh, nice. That is probably about maybe like 9,500 more steps than I've done.
Maybe.
Have you walked a long distance?
I walk everywhere. I don't have a car and I don't generally use public transport, so walking. Cool. Right, let's crack on then.
Well, it's
The next day.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
And there's singing.
New life for me. Quinn's robot buddy. Well, Vulcan, are you happy, or do you want to go out looking for more plants, or like, what are you thinking?
Let's. I think we should maybe try to refine this stuff, see what we get, and then base that decision off of the result.
Do you need my help for that?
I would like as much help doing this as possible, because 10 uses is astronomical.
Bearing in mind, I think the last time you did this, you only ended up with 3 uses out of the batch that you got. So
Yeah.
if you can get 10,
Yeah. So can everybody help? Would everyone mind helping me out here?
Sure. I have some chemistry knowledge.
it would be applicable because part of it will be the refinement of his materials. I'll totally allow that.
I don't have anything for that.
Moral
Or
support?
no knowledge. Yeah, I can give moral support.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not
Ruby
something
is
you
a
can
great
hack, is it?
moral support.
No.
Okie dokie, so you're going to begin the refinement process with moral support and someone that actually knows what they're doing.
Well, I know how to handle chemicals. I'm not.
This... Ooh.
10.
Hey,
That
that's 1 point.
If it's off
might
chemistry, that's 2.
be a good roll. Let me just get a book here that tells me.
Oh, please don't. Please don't be bad.
No, you're under anyway, but I just need to... So, unfortunately, you're not in a lab condition. So the conditions
Yeah.
in which you're working are not in your favour.
But I do have a clean room. not a
Clean-ish
lab.
room. Yeah, not lab clean.
And I have help.
And you do have help. So...
Help with someone with knowledge. Kinda.
For the purpose of the fact that you're actually invested in doing this, can you make a roll on your chemistry?
Sure. Can I make a statement that if I feel something is wrong, I will just mention it, but I won't act before I say it? Or before or after I've said it?
The dice will tell me.
Oh, come on! Yes! That
Oh,
is 5 under.
Wow.
okay.
Fuck me.
So,
You know, I'm happy about me passing out if I can do rolls like that when it counts.
Yeah, shit.
I'll pass out any day, dude.
Herb law is 16. You rolled a 10, didn't you, for Vulcan?
I did, yes.
In which case, because with Mimic's, or rather Leon's help, Leon spends a good portion of his morning basically preparing down the charcoal components that you need. And he ends up coming through with some pretty finely ground charcoal that's impressive.
Well, I just had Quinn sit on it.
Yeah, Quinn, sit on this.
Or I asked Ruby if Ruby, can Quinn just quietly sit down on this pan full of dust?
Over and over and
yeah.
over again.
Whatever the methodology, you've come up with
Yeah.
some good good quality charcoal for the purpose here.
Cool.
You actually had some good charcoal, didn't you?
Yeah, proper.
We had a ton. We had like, what, 15 kilos of that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've
No, I think-
just made
I
some
think-
extra, but now you're donating it to the cause.
Yeah, but I actually think some of it went missing because Mika used it to draw some stuff with. I
Probably.
think she used it for the charcoal.
And then with the fact that Vulcan, knowing intimately what he's doing, he pulps down the bits of vegetables and the few buds of flower that you've got. And soon enough, you have 10 prepared lots of Badaway.
Pardon me. Okay.
Frank goes, boo!
Shut up, Frank.
But
So
Frank. 10
while I was
rataways.
yeah, but
acting
you have to
like I was
share with
given
those
moral
patients.
support, could I I've been working on the pistol to try to attach something so I can use the larger energy cells with it.
You can try. You do have armory energy, don't you? Yeah, so that's recently.
Yeah.
Give me a roll on that.
And I still have it at 15 here.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm allowing for this being the old style sheet.
And I pass by a lot. By 7.
That is the best way of describing how much you've passed with. A lot.
So with a 7, you can, if you would like, upgrade to have some kind of plugging system that would allow you to plug in an external energy source.
So basically what I'm thinking of is I make like a dummy smaller cell that is like made out of wood or plastic or something. But then on each end there's a cable coming out that's attached to the connectors of where the thing normally connects it. And on that there's like a little like 2 thick wires probably, because I'm imagining the thing takes a lot of power, that connect to another thing that can hold one of the larger cells.
Well,
Power from that.
it depends on which larger cell you're referring to, because the
Have them in my inventory.
I mean, you've got a plugging system, so you can now, quote unquote, plug pretty much any power source to this thing, and it
Oh,
hypothetically
well,
should
that's
work.
good, I guess. Why do I have these cells? I don't see them.
I think I have some. I have a handful of energy cells that's depleted.
How do you have those? Because I don't. Where do
I found them like
Oh,
ages ago.
microfusion cells.
What?
They're microfusion cells.
Oh, microfusions.
Yeah, 2
Well,
of them I have.
well, if Ruby wants the handful of energy cells that Leon has, here you go, because Leon can't use them. I just have them from
Okay, they're empty, right?
yeah, they're depleted. They're back from that's I think Arnica found them for me and she gave them. That's why I have them.
Uh, I think, and I could be wrong, I'm just checking my referencing. The microfusions. Let's see. So that's fusion energy. Fuel cell. So hang on. Is this the best kind you can get? I think this is one of the best types of energy cell in the game. I'm just checking. Microfusion cell, the standard version of microfusion. Yeah, we know that it is. What? Yeah, I think this is one of the best man-portable energy sources in the game.
Good.
Yay!
So I'm guessing they last longer too.
Well, I will translate because some of the rifles use the microfusion, and I will translate what that means for your pistol.
But
Because effectively, you're just overcharging how many blasts you can get out of the thing.
Yeah, just more capacity.
So
but
MFC.
are you gonna take those? Do you want or need those energy cells?
I took them.
A
Who knows
handful of
what I
energy
can use
cells?
them for? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I'll just
Which
produce
type
that.
of pistol is it you've got? It's the
The Watts laser pistol
it's a Watts.
is,
Watts.
according to
What?
this, SE cells. Guessing small energy cells.
I'm just trying to find the what's bloody laser pistol. I've lost it. I've only gone and bloody lost it.
What are you doing?
Here we go. What's laser? SE cell. And it has 12 shots as standard on the SE cell.
Mm-hmm.
And you're taking it up to a microfusion.
Yep.
And you had actually a successful roll.
Yep.
So there's
A
no
7.
detriments to your hacking.
7 pass.
Where's it gone? SEC microfusion. So on the microfusion cell, you can get 26 shots.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good. So
That's
they're
nice.
basically two and a bit.
Yes. Also, because of the many discussions and quote-unquote gentle ribbing that I've received over the ammo detailing, I am going to be changing to a 1 ammo reload contemplation thing.
Huh?
So when you fire, you'll be using 1 reload.
Really?
Okay.
No matter how, in what way you fire?
Yep. If you're firing a gun, you're going to be using a reload. That's
Oh, so we're actually going
Huh?
into something that sounds like a metric system instead of the
But
freedom units that we've been using
yeah.
in
We're
GURPS.
getting rid of freedom units and going to a metric system.
but
Yeah.
then it is completely pointless to use anything that max rate of fire.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I guess. But
Oh,
how will that go with the microfusion cells?
Exactly the same way it goes with everything else. So the only the difference I'm going to be going here with 1 old reload is not 1 new reload. So that I'm going to go through all of your ammo counts, and I'll do this with the out of game. But I'm going to go through all the
Okay.
ammo counts that you have and give you the new ammo count that you have. And then whenever you fire
Okay.
a gun, you just cross off a reload.
Right.
um, I am so happy that we're getting towards that because quick side note, I baked some pita bread, which was really nice, but it was in a half American, half metric recipe. It was really annoying.
Anyway,
Oh man, I
aside
hate
from
that.
the metagame contemplations, let's get back into the core of what we're doing.
Yes. Yes.
So the time in which Vulcan is mashing down his root vegetables, you've managed to disassemble and reassemble several key electronic components. Do you have, in amongst all of your crap, any wire scraps?
Plenty.
Yeah, I was about to say we had a ton of those.
Can you cross off
Let me find
at
them.
least 1 set of wire scraps I need you to deduct?
We have 40. So that goes down to 39.
Yep.
Perfect.
And your pistol, yeah, you can now plug in microfusion cells, although I will say there is going to be a mild disadvantage insofar as because the cell is no longer housed in the weapon, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
give the malfunction option on the weapon,
Uh-huh.
such that if you're using anything but a small energy cell, it has a potential for malfunction during use.
Okay. Is there something I can do about that?
Mm,
Like spend more time upgrading the stuff?
hypothetically, if you were to find some way to reinforce all of the things that you've just developed, because at the moment you've just got wires that are hanging around outside of a gun, and in the heat of combat, there's nothing stopping that getting snagged on something or torn out or whatever it might be. if you could somehow reinforce it and actually make some kind of carry satchel for the back, the power pack, such
Like
that
an
it
arm
wasn't,
holster
yeah,
or
such
something
that, yeah,
attached to the arm.
so some in some way that it is no longer easily dismantleable by just the forces of nature around you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
Are you? And I'm guessing Ruby's just making this out in the open, that you're not tucked away in a corner doing this.
No.
Well, Leon walks over like, "Can I help you with anything?"
No, I think I got it. Thank you.
All right, all
Um,
right.
I have another question about upgrading that pistol, Rage.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has a stock.
Yeah, you put a stock on it.
No, Leon put a stock on it.
Someone put a stock on it.
I did.
Can you also put like a scope on it or something?
There's nothing stopping you putting a scope on it.
What kind of materials do I need to make that?
Some kind of lensing and some kind of housing for the lensing.
So it's not just glass and a tube of some kind.
I'm going to say that glass probably won't help you, but if you were to find, say, like a pre-war camera, maybe that might help you.
Okay, fair enough. I'll leave that for now.
Cool. Well, you've still got a good portion of the day left. Drugs
Yeah.
made, guns altered.
I'm probably gonna go. Oh, I didn't need to. I already got it fixed. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Probably go scavenging for the upgrade parts for Quinn that I was working on.
Oh, what, the arm adjustments is this?
Yeah, I need to add that to this card actually. There we go. Yeah, for that. Scavenging for parts for that.
And is it
Scrounging.
just you that's going?
I'm planning on staying close by if that's possible, if no one else wants to come. Anyone want to go out scavenging?
Yeah, I want to find stuff. Also, quick question: when Vulcan did his chemistry with the beetroot, was there any waste from that?
The waste that is produced is unusable. It's trash dust, basically. It's just.
Oh, damn it! Because I kind of wanted to use it in distilling because beetroots are high in sugar, so they would actually be able to be used.
I mean, literally everything that's tossed aside by Vulcan is either like the stems of the leaves, which are unusable for basically anything. Anything
Okay.
pulp
He's
jack.
pretty thorough.
Yeah, like he's worked
Fair
these over pretty good.
All right, no, just asking because don't want to waste anything. But no, no, I like Leon would definitely head out, see if hoping to find something useful stuff, maybe more med packs.
Fair enough. And what about Vulcan? What's his plans?
Vulcan wants to go find a vault.
I'm going for the vault.
We'll go out and search for more beats.
Today, by the way, it is raining
Oh.
heavily. It's
Vulcan stays
only
inside.
it's only sporadic, but when it comes down, it's coming down in like Minecraft blocks, basically.
Yeah, Vulcan stays inside. I'm not gonna just waste all this stuff that I slaved making by going out in that.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, I might have to
Well,
decide against that too.
Ruby, we can see if we can find something quick while the rain is stopping, and quickly go back in if the rain starts.
How's
Yeah,
it?
I guess. Are we in a valley or on a mountain? Well, I imagine a valley since there's a river.
Yeah.
I presume you're. Let me have a look at the actual geography of the place.
Just keep in mind to scrape out big holes around it where the nuclear bombs hit.
Well, the thing is, I'm not a meteorologist of any kind, but I can usually see when there's rain coming within the next half an hour.
Yeah, I mean, the cloud outside is heavy. And it rains when it feels like it, basically. So the interspersed sort of it's raining, it's not raining is basically just down to the whims of wind and whether or not you're in the wrong place. So let's have a look at a topographic map of the region you're in.
Topographical map. Doo-doo-doo.
Which I can't find. Apparently no such thing exists.
I know. There is on Google.
Weird.
On Google
Well,
Maps.
here's a topography map. You are in. I don't know how to bloody pronounce the name of the place.
Type it.
Hang on. There's Torgau, then you went up the road. You went past Bad, which is what this place is named after. Which means, I think it's Dossau Reslau? I could be wrong. To your north east is mountainous.
Northeast is mountainous.
If I'm
But
reading this correctly.
how far is this? This is in eastern Germany, right?
Yeah, this is over on the sort of eastern side. If you're looking at where Berlin would be, and then you go almost directly south of Berlin, you're in the region just north of Leipzig.
Right, so that's probably too far away from over where I am over here to have about the same climate.
Yeah, the
Or at
climate
least
here
same
is
direct.
different to your
Because over
native
here,
climate.
usually the weather comes in from the southwest.
The prevailing wind is from the southwest, but because of the natural topography of the region, i.e., it is quite mountainous, you do get like weather fronts, so it comes in at you know.
Rapidly.
I can't find the bloody. It's called Dossau Reslau, or at least that's my interpretation of it. And it's next to a place called Bad, so go figure.
How do you spell that?
I wish I knew because I've lost Torgau now. I always look for Torgau because that's where we started. Right, there's Torgau. You followed the river up. Oh, in which case, no, I was wrong. The mountains. Where the hell?
Well, if I look at pictures from Torgau, it looks pretty damn flat.
The city or town of Torgau is pretty damn flat, but then as you travel north and to the east slightly, you'll notice there are mountains.
Hang on. Picture I just had.
Because you travelled up the 182
Here.
till you hit something I can't pronounce.
So we're going upwards.
You can see pretty far here. And it's even hazy in this.
Yeah, that's Torgau.
That's Torgau,
Yeah,
yeah, but
you're
we're
you're,
not. We're
you're
only a
Wow,
few
that's
kilometers
dirty.
away from Torgau,
oh, you're
aren't we?
quite away from Tor. You did travel for like 2-3 days.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
there
but
is
what's
actually
that? 20
something that's called
kilometers at
bad.
most?
Found a city of bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what this place. That's why I chose the name Bad. um,
Wait, I gotta see.
but you're actually not in Bad. This is Roslau,
Where did we travel? Like
which is on the Elbe River.
the Elbe.
So this is where you guys are actually staying. I'm going to put it in chat. I can't pronounce it. Dessau Roslau?
That
I think
didn't help
so,
me anything.
because that weird B is pronounced as an S.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of German lessons.
I didn't. I had French.
But either way, that's where you're. That's based around the city you're in, or the remains of the city that you guys now inhabit. I'm just trying to find it on this goddamn map. This map is being
Okay.
douchey. There's Bad.
It's weird. Is it only on the app then that there's a
Ah, there it is. Dessau Roslau. Okay, so you've actually travelled past the mountains that I was looking at. The Elbe is in a valley, and the only mountains near you actually over the northern side of the Elbe. So you've got a hell of a yeah, it would be fucking changing weather at a fucking moment's notice here, because the weather would come in and just like yeet off. Either way, it's raining today.
Oh, it's oh wow, we're like 40 kilometers away from Torgau.
Yep,
Traveled that far?
yep. Like I say, you were travelling for at least 3 days to my recollection. And on the first day, it was all pretty good going because you were utterly interrupted.
That's true. And we did follow a road for most of the time.
Up until you hit the forestry of where Bad Schmiedberg. I can't pronounce these names.
Oh, here?
Because in my head canon for this region, that foresty area has overtaken that whole thing. So the road has been swallowed up by the forest. You know, time has passed and nature is reclaiming what it can, basically. So when you hit that little foresty area, I slowed you down by 20%, and then your couple of days' journey through the area where you got interrupted by the big many tribals was actually just to the south of what would be Lutherstadt Wittenberg. German names. And then you travelled westward to where you are now, to Dessau Roslau, or as it's known in Futureland, Bad.
Okay.
And I will say the name Bad is actually, there's lots of places around here called Bad, and so part of my headcanoning is that because of the predominance of pre-war signing, that all had this same word on it. Everyone that went to this town simply started calling it Bad.
Ah, okay, makes sense.
Okay. Right. So we should probably stay inside then.
You can, if you would like to try and go out, like when it stops briefly, you can do so, but I will punish you with basically disadvantages against the check. Because you'd be doing, you're sort of hurrying to try and find things where
Yeah,
you
we're
can.
doing it rushed. I'm fine with that.
It's probably better to do it some other time when it's dry.
Can Ruby even do that with her thing?
Do what?
You take extra time for stuff.
Yeah,
That is a
exactly.
good point. Yeah, you need to take extra time. So you can't do that without passing a will check. That's a very good point to raise.
It's gonna
Darn
be
it.
like, no, I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Let's play cards with Quinn.
Where he's just holding a single card in his hand,
And it's just
the
a
other one.
picture of a flower.
Pick a color.
Upgrade him. I want him to be a person. Would you consider doing that?
Yeah, but that's also a more long-term goal, is to learn about the higher tech.
Let's go find the cybernetic people. Did they tell us where they were?
Oh.
I don't remember if they did.
I don't believe they told you where they're from. I could,
Do you
I mean,
remember called?
They were just telling us that they're basically better than Group of 9.
Yeah, in almost every way,
Yeah.
including the modifying people against their will part, because it is for the greater good.
for the
They
greater
didn't
good.
say that it was against their will, though.
They did.
What's his face did?
Yeah, there was some implication in some of the conversation that, and certainly your discussions with Dahas, his modification were forced upon him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's more in case of they're you like they don't force you. They just tell you the alternative if you don't agree to it.
Huh.
So you don't want this? Well, the alternative is enslavement. Okay, then I'll take it. Cool, 100% success rate.
100%.
Yeah. Everyone's fine with it. But yeah, I think that would be so cool to upgrade Quinn to be a person. We need a sentient brain, and you need a better case, and probably a larger brain. If my if my reading
Because
is
the Tech 9 brains are smaller.
this one that you would need to make the sentience work, I think, is standard.
Yeah, you can I mean, to talk tech terms of robots, you can have any type of brain in any form of chassis, but the more advanced the chassis, i.e. the higher technological chassis, the smaller it can be. And obviously things like self-sentience are a higher technology anyway. Without opening the robots book, I know that basically if you have a high-tech brain in a small chassis, it's going to cost you an absolute fucking arm and a leg.
Yeah. So, I guess Vulcan's going to be pretty happy that he's got his stuff sorted. And I don't know if we can get anything done in the house today.
Quick question, Rich. How many points do I have to spend to get some of my learn skilled up?
Which skills? The learned skills.
Yes. Particularly, I'm just thinking about the bow.
Well, bearing in mind it will be changing into the new contemplative system.
All right, then I'll just wait. There's no point in doing this if it's going to be
Yeah,
changed.
I was going to say keep the points. I
Yeah.
will try and get the new sheet. Everyone was happy with it, so I'll just put the new sheets in for the next time. There was no way I could
Yeah,
prep that for the session here.
no worries at all. Just wondering.
I will let you know sometime in the week what that will cost.
Right, let's see. Oh, guess I can remove from my shopping list first aid kit and bandages.
No.
I mean,
What?
keep them on there because you might need more, but you know.
Yeah.
I'll keep them on.
If Vulcan had his way, we would just have that cart filled with medical supplies, food, and then electronic pieces for all your crazy shit.
No forge? Oh. Beyond sad.
Forge won't fit on there. We need to get a hover car.
Working on it. Let's see. Well, I think. So I did get my alcohol distillery up and working. I just don't have anything to distill in it.
It has a defect in it as well.
Oh yeah, I
It
might as well.
longer or it explodes.
Yeah, I might as well take the day to see if I can hammer out that defect more.
I've got to find things about the alcohol distillery. So this would be part of the inventing thing. Right. Oh yes, you. Yes. You had made a defective still. So how do you want to go about it? What's your... let me just read this. Testing and bugs. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. I'll roll a couple of dice, I guess. As is my GM's prerogative. So, rolly dice. That would be... I'll put this in here. I need somewhere to put all these notes.
Pen and pad in real life.
Yeah, you'd think.
You need a bigger table.
I need a bigger OneNote. That's what I need. Right, so, what are these? These are, hang on, no bugs, success, any other, one, and another dice, more rolling, that wasn't a roll. Right, that's your bugs.
You squash.
To find the bugs requires testing. So, you need to roll on the operation skill for the thing you're using to test it.
Okay.
Uh,
What core skill is is used for alcohol brewing?
Oddly enough, there is actually a skill for it.
Of course there is. Of course there is.
But I can tell you without much problem that it's going to probably, for the moment, be defaulting on your science. Hang on, I did have a whole thing. I wrote this all down in preparation for when you built this. I've lost it all. Nope, that's not it. Here we go. Brewing and distilling. And distilling can default against chemistry.
Wait, I have
So,
chemistry.
give me a roll on chemistry whilst I read up how this works when using chemistry.
2 under.
2 under. Chemistry. Dee 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 dee. Cool. Bugs. Roll against the operating skill, which you've done. And how much were you under by?
2 under. 2 under.
You managed to find out nothing about the inefficiencies of the machine.
Oh, that was annoying.
But I'm going to forego the second part of this because you're a clever chap. I'm going to say that you do still recognize that there are bugs in the machine. You just haven't figured out what it might be.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll allow
Maybe
you to
actual bugs in the machine.
Squash!
just actual bugs.
Yeah.
Like rattle those suckers out of there, and
Yeah, come on, dude. You're supposed to clean the thing before you start distilling it.
I remember someone saying that to someone else about cooking, and then the other person just turned around and looked at him saying, "You say bugs, I say flavor." So I thought they were helping.
As they go.
someone, in fact, 2 people roll 3 dice for me. Just give me the numbers.
Well, I've just rolled, so I'm out.
$13.
4, 4, 3, 11.
Oh, you want the
No,
dice?
the total.
11.
I like the fact that you both rolled 2 4s. That's kind of cool.
I'm going to be transposing these into Fallout language. So the other one was 11, wasn't it?
Yeah, 13 and
Yeah.
11.
I do have to harken back because this bug would actually be apparent because you knew about it beforehand. So, if you remember, we discussed that it gets too hot and you had to cool it down.
Mm-hmm.
So that one you know about, and I can't take that away. And that is still the case. So,
Okay.
unresolved.
Unresolved bug of it. I can't get it to cool down fast enough. Okay.
Yep, that's all you know about the machine at the moment. How do I generate these then? How do I generate those? Oh, I see. Okay, so right, I get it. Cool. I'll just do that. I'll try and interpret that a little bit stronger into Fallout language, but I've now written out all of the details of the bugs for the still.
Well, not really, but
Cool. So yeah, that's the thing you're doing throughout the day. Anything else that people want to get up to?
I want to try upgrading that ammo thing for my energy pistol to make it so I can attach it to my arm.
Okie
Have it be
dokie.
more usable in combat, more sturdy. The right
What?
arm, because that's what you hold the pistol with most of the time.
Yeah, well, whichever might be appropriate to you and the character. What, if anything, do you have in your pile of stuff that might apply here?
Let's see. Mm, 4 pieces of cloth. Could make some straps.
Strapping? Okay.
Uh, oh, and 7 pieces of leather to make more straps.
Ooh, leather. Okay. Hmm. You got any other bits? I'm liking what I'm hearing so far.
I don't know what else I'd use for it. There's lots of scraps of cable, but I don't think that's necessary.
Leon has some fishing hooks if you want that to use it to attach it.
Yeah, that's probably not necessary.
Okay, so some leather and some cloth.
Yeah.
I won't make you do an invention roll for something quite this simplistic. But I would like your character. Can you roll against? Gosh darn it! What's the most appropriate thing here? Roll against your repair.
Okay. Pass by 1.
Oof. Okay. Can you take off one of the leather scraps
Mm-hmm. Done.
and 2 of the cloth scraps,
Done.
and you have a working arm battery holster sling thing.
Nice. I'm gonna add that to the weapons description too.
Yeah, if you could just tag it into the description so we know what's been applied on the weapon.
Done.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I gotta take the microfusion cells to my own inventory.
Yep. Or add it to the card as ammo type. And if you want to make sure that you put down that whilst it's on that gun, it has 26 shots instead of its 12. It won't affect the rate of fire, but it has more shots.
How many, well, that's only for now until we switch to the new system, right?
Yeah, so we're going to be going to the new system, and for the purpose of your pistol, you'll have a low ammo use type weapon. Because I'm still
Okay.
going to be using that subtype weapon because it's applicable to things like rifles and whatnot.
But only when using the microfusion cells.
Yeah, so when using microfusion, it will count as low ammo use.
How heavy are those?
They are microfusion cell.
Yeah.
They come in at £5 per.
Oh shit.
That is steep. How many did you attach?
I have 2, and I imagine only one goes in at a time, so I do still have to reload when it runs out. I'm encumbrance 3 with those.
You're encumbrance 3? Oh yeah,
With the
you're actually
cells,
quite weak.
yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that you're strength 9. And yeah, you've got heavy armor on, so.
Yeah.
Do you, mind you, that's £25 on its own, isn't it?
Think so. Yeah, it's 25.
So that takes you to encumbrance
Encumbrance
1
1 by
without
itself.
even, without even carrying anything.
Yeah.
And then if you carry anything, you hit encumbrance 2, basically with 1 cell and the pistol, I think.
Yep. But I'm carrying a lot of other stuff.
I thought some of that was in Quinn's compartments.
Oh, there is. But I'm also wearing clothes. I have a canteen. I have some small energy cells. Cutie weighs a pound.
Oh yeah.
I'm wearing a hard hat that weighs 3 pounds. I have some empty cells that weigh a pound each. I guess I could throw those on the pile. I have Arnica's knife. And then there's 2 of those microfusion cells.
Fair enough.
Altogether, it comes up to 52 pounds.
Jeez, that is quite heavy.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. So that does put you...
I'm going to put the empty cells on the pile.
52?
Theory.
£52? So that's 1 encumbrance, 2 encumbrance. That's only encumbrance 2.
Wait, what?
That is medium encumbrance.
That means my formula's wrong. Hang on. How many of those do I have?
Because it's 16 to 32, then 32 to 48, and then from 48 you've got all the way up to 96.
Oh, it does different then.
So that still only puts you in encumbrance 2.
Okay. That's good.
I mean, it's better than encumbrance 3 by far, but yeah, I mean,
I need to read up on how the encumbrance works then, because my
it's
formula is
it's
wrong.
somewhere near the start of GURPS book, basic. It's like page 16 or some shit.
Okay.
Oh, I was close, 17, and I was guessing.
Good guess.
Cool. So you've done your pistol into a leathery. It's almost like one of those medieval bracers, but then you've got like a cloth pouch that you can put your little energy cell into, and then it's got its wires trailed out to where the pistol need be.
Yeah.
I will say there is one small caveat to this gizmo.
Oh.
It will make trying to react quickly in combat more cumbersome, because you're not
Oh.
going to have your pistol constantly connected unless you have ridiculous amounts of wire.
Oh yeah, I mean, my pistol is probably on a hip holster or something.
That's what I mean, and
If I want to grab it, I have to
yeah,
grab it
you'd have to
and shove
plug it
the
in,
thing
and
in.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like reloading every time before you can use it.
yeah.
Yep.
So there is that small caveat.
Hmm?
So if
That's
you just
fine.
want to put on there that no quick reaction like effect or something to that
No
ilk.
quick or slower drawing of weapon or
Yeah,
something.
something to portray the difficulty in the fact that you have to prepare the weapon beforehand.
I'll just add a slow draw when using. Right.
Cool. Right. Well, the day's trickling along. Apart from the sound of the sound of Leon rather, the sound of Leon banging and clanging around on his still, and the occasional like sonorous burst of rain, which probably sounds quite impressive considering that you're in a semi-industrial unit and it's probably got one of those roofs that just amplifies when rain
Oh
hits
yeah.
it. Um,
Then all the bugs flying out of the still against the
yeah,
windows.
just little fucking moths sputtering out one end.
Oh, you're telling me I'm taking that bad care of it? There's moths in it.
Okie dokie, so what else are we getting up to? There's time in the day to do some stuff.
Has it stopped raining?
It's still on off raining. That I can't change.
Well, Leon's run out of. Well, let's see. I'm pretty sure he would be spending the rest of the day trying to see if we can fix the bugs in the system.
Yep, unfortunately your attempts today come to, well, exactly what we've discussed.
Yeah. Nope. Oh, Leon's got nothing to do.
How's your narcolepsy? Are you back out of that yet?
Yes, I slept, so I'm at 7 now.
Okay, cool. So you won't be falling asleep. Does anyone want to get anything done in the day, or just let it dribble on past? And I
Now with that
assume,
rain, I think we're kind of bogged
yeah, I
with what we
mean,
can do.
Yeah.
effectively, this is the kind of day where the characters would probably sort of attend to, as would have been
Maintenance
in
on
the
the house,
old,
maybe?
well, in the old paradigm, the self-teachings and all that kind of thing. Which
Well,
are,
instead, though, how about maintenance on the house?
yeah, I
See any
mean,
structural integrity issues? Vulcan has boss perception.
Yeah, do some maintenance on Quinn as well. It's just
maintenance on. I
even
mean,
if
Quinn's already
everything clean.
maintained, and officially
Huh?
you only need to do that every month, and you've already done it this month.
Okay.
So he's in fine working performance.
Then I'll help Vulcan with all the, I don't know, I guess we're judging the building to see if we can.
Didn't we have a thing where there was some kind of small animal in the building?
Oh
There,
yeah,
there was a crack at the back of the building in which a animal had come in and stolen some bits.
we have to stuff something in there or put a trap or something.
Well, as I mean, looking back there, it's still got the ramshackle traps that DeHaas had left behind. None of which looked like they could trap anything other than the attention of whoever's looking at it.
Hang on. Apparently, I'm pretty good at putting traps.
Oh shit, she's got an 11 on her traps. Why don't you try to fix it?
I haven't, because it comes in through a hole, right?
Yeah, it's just a small, one corner of the building's got a bit of a crack through it.
It's gonna scare the shit out of everyone, but I'm gonna, let's see. Take one of those Beretta 92s.
Oh yeah,
And
Holy.
can I set that up so whenever something comes through that hole and the pistol is aimed down it, it goes off?
yeah. I mean, you can set up a gun trap.
Yeah.
Roll me a trap skill. There is going to be some deficiency because it's a moderately complex trap you're trying to do.
Okay. Can I just default off traps or?
Yeah, you're going on traps.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's three under.
Even with the difficulty of what you're trying to do, you do fumble together a working trap in which a gun is pointed at the hole, and at least in your expectation, it would go off if something came through the hole.
Nice. So I tell Vulcan and Leon, I put a trap to catch whatever comes and steals our food every now and then. It involves a pistol. So if you
What?
hear a loud bang from that direction, then there's something in it probably, or something got killed by it. I hope.
Looking at the map, the layout of the building, where would this be?
1 second, I'm
Uh,
just adding some notes. So on the blueprint of Leon's Inn, I'm going to say that probably. I'm just trying to think where the most logical place for this to be would be. Do I have the ability to draw on this? Let's have a look.
Pretty flowers.
Pretty flower. I will put a red dot. Can I put a red dot? Oh, that's a big red dot. Why is that so huge? You know what? It's going to be back here.
okay.
I know. When James was here, he had a fascination about the house occupying these offices. So, I guess it would have made sense. And also,
Yep.
this back wall is leading onto an alleyway. So behind here is the adjoining alley.
Okay.
Okay.
So Ruby informs Leon that there is a loaded gun trap in there, and
Mhm.
Leon just hastily walks over and just closes these doors very tight.
Yeah, that probably helps with the noise.
And Leon just looks over at Ruby like, yes, noises.
The noise.
Feels
I will
Definitely
say,
the noise.
this is a
nice.
pistol that you would definitely hear if it goes off inside a building. Like it's not a pap pistol. This is a kaboom pistol.
Oh, Rich, I like the fact that the red dot is actually floating.
Oh yeah, so it is. Why? Oh my, that's unintentional. What? How?
So
What?
depending on where you
Huh.
look at it,
Oh yeah, if it's over somewhere else.
yeah, this
Let me
lower is
delort
like,
that.
oh, are
Oh,
we sure this is a house and not just a nanobot construction?
I need. This is my thing now.
Ah,
Boop.
that's cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, I
This.
didn't know. It didn't even know those pistols were that powerful.
Yeah, they are bonkers crazy good.
Hope something moderately big comes in.
Yeah, because it's food. Well, whatever remains of it, because apparently the pistol's quite strong.
Would be nice.
Right. Cool. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put on here trap sig P239. Because then we know what it is.
Huh? Hang on. It's the Beretta 92.
Oh, I didn't realize you had one of those.
Yeah, we have 2 of them. And 12 reloads.
Ah, right. I haven't got a card out for him.
Well, cars here
I
aren't.
figured those weren't as powerful when I when I looked at them.
Sorry, I generally thought it was using the pistols I could see in the weapons stash of things. I
But
didn't.
which one do you have? This I don't see any SIG weapons
Well,
here.
no, all the
We have the
weapons we
FN
have besides the one we're
Barracudas.
carrying is all down here at the
Oh crap!
building layout.
I've just
We have
messed up my.
like 2.6 and a hunting rifle and M M2 M2Ks.
Oh, we even have a Mac-10 laying around. Where the hell did that even come from? I don't remember.
I've just messed up
We
the
have
cards. Okay, so it's a Beretta. Which one?
90 spelled as a number, and then
Oh,
2
yeah,
spelled as letters.
92. Yep, I do
We
remember
have
you
2 of
had.
those.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Okay.
also have 2 Glock 27s apparently.
Really? Okay. This is all news to me. But I mean, you've got the list, so
We still have a Spaz 12.
the Spaz went away with Jonas.
I guess we found a new one because that was before I was keeping track of this all, wasn't it?
And I'll tell you where that came from. That came from those robbers that turned up. Remember the shotgun gang
Yeah,
that
shotgun gang.
De Haas blew the smeg out of?
Yeah, because right below is also a double barrel 20 gauge shotgun,
Yeah.
and I remember them using that on Quinn and
Yeah,
just
that was the one they fired on
nothing
Quinn.
happened. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So just yeah, I'll try and if you would like to come back to me at some point, and I'll try and get some cards out to put on this selection of stuff, because then it's visible on the table.
Well, we do have all this stuff over here.
Yeah, so I'm going to put that over where Cheeky used to have his character sheets, and I'll just have all the weapons that you've got over there. So this will become the pile of stuff.
So this is going to become like our massive pile of stuff.
There you go. Pile of stuff. And we'll work it out from there. But I'll come back to you, Amelia, on that.
I think Cheeky would appreciate that his spot has been turned into an armory. I think he would appreciate that.
Cool. Anyway, back to Gameland. So you're abandoning the rest of the day to the rain, listening it to the sporadic bursts of downfall as it clatters across the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're all well and good, nobody's himself today, so everyone can sleep normally, apart from Mr. Insomnia.
I am dogger. I'm 1 over.
You're 1 over, in which case you do not get restful sleep. You also then have to check your nightmares.
No, that was from my nightmares because I don't have narcolepsy right now.
No, that was for insomnia.
My insomnia, so that's -1. Oh, I roll. Oh, that means that I'm 2 under that one.
Oh, okay. In which case you just roll for your nightmares as normal then.
Oh wait. Okay. Well, okay. I failed my insomnia by what would that be? By 2. But I'm 2 over. That was my endurance for my insomnia. And but I succeeded on the dot with my nightmares.
Okay.
So I failed this one, and I have succeeded this one.
You failed to get your rest there, which means you're going to lose a fatigue point for having been awake quite so long.
All right. Back at 6.
You don't suffer your nightmares, which means you do regain 1 fatigue point. So you don't actually net gain anything for having slept.
Yes.
You're just as tired when you wake up. That's when you finally manage to doze asleep.
Art imitates life.
And that cracks us into the new day.
Cracks even? Is it with the crack of a pistol going off?
You know what? Let me have a look. Why not? I'll have a look.
Leon might not be the only one who doesn't get
roll. Okay,
Yeah.
GM roll. Go to my random encounter.
Why can't we have those rolls, Rich? Like, why do you have to roll those?
They're reserved just for me. You are in ruins during the night. The night goes by without any events whatsoever. There's no gunshots, there's no sounds of anything. It's a peaceful, if occasionally rainy night.
How is the weather?
The weather, actually, today is looking a lot drier. Apart from the ground. The ground looks soggy still got some slush left over from the snow. So it's a mix of mud and slush and wet. But the weather itself is dry.
Okay. Dry.
Dry.
Is it gonna be very cold today?
Uh. mm, 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 mm. Not very cold. It is bearable outside.
Wait, there are bears?
Very funny. The temperature is withstandable in human tolerance.
Okay.
Unless you're going to be going outside either in the very early morning, very light, or the very late night. At night, it's going to be sub-freezing again, but the day, pretty good.
Oh yeah, food.
Oh yeah, you need to crack
Can
off.
we just do the food at the start?
That's yeah. It would just deduct. You need.
So we
I'll
need-
take off 18 then.
Yeah, that's for yesterday and today.
Thank you, Frosto. Yeah, fair. Fair deduction of foods.
We're running out.
Yeah.
So do we want to
It
go
wheels.
searching for food, wood, or stuff, or plants?
So I kind of want to make more drugs. I would like to make healing powder. Because I can definitely make healing powder. We have discussed this.
You can make healing powder, that is for sure, but you would need the component parts for it.
You know
I-
what the biggest challenge about the healing powder would be for you?
Not-
Convincing us that it's healing powder and
And
not
not
something
cocaine.
weird.
Mm-hmm.
Or angel dust.
Yeah.
Has he ever given you anything that, like, yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, he has screwed up both, like nearly every character. He's done something, not intentionally.
He messed up Arnica real bad. I remember.
yeah, she was down for a whole day, but I don't
Yes.
think Ruby did anything.
I think Leon's also had. Oh yeah, like the first time you introduced drugs into Leon, he had a nightmare, like a horrible nightmare.
Yeah, you were able to fall asleep, but then your nightmares hit.
Yeah, and then he
And
just.
so,
Yeah.
All right, healing powder. I want to go look for stuff to make healing powder, or do I have it already?
You do not have the stuff you need for healing
I
powder.
don't have a Brock flower.
No. Well, I'm going to be using appropriate in world. Blah de blah. You found an appropriate thing. You do not have the appropriate thing, whatever it might be in this world.
Okay. So I come to the group and I go, everybody, I really think that we should go out so I can make this really nice dust that does wonderful things for your body. Yeah, I think that's a good way of explaining that.
Sure.
No, it will make you feel better. You can put it on a wound, and although it does make you a little loopy, but I mean, it's better than dying, right? No,
Ruby's still just looking at him with a face like,
Yeah,
Frank,
sure.
I'm telling her, just look, I'll tell her. No, and 10 minutes goes with him shouting back and forth to Frank, and then he turns back to you like you just appeared and says the same thing. We need to get more stuff so that we can venture out. We can't just stay here forever. I'm still young. I've got shit I want to do. The look she's giving me right now is quite hilarious.
yeah, it's
If only.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's Vulcan trying to plead with people to help him make healing powder.
Up to the characters.
No? Okay. Vulcan
Uh,
goes out by himself and goes and gets healing powder.
Really?
Yep. Take too long.
As he
mean,
walks out the door, Ruby walks behind him and grabs him by the well, what do you call that in English?
This part of your
The
shirt or
scruff
armor?
of your neck
Not
or the collar.
the collar, yes.
Grabs him by the collar.
He
Like,
doesn't
where do
have
you
a
think
collar.
you're
He's
going?
wearing a lab coat. You're taking his clothes off. What the hell's wrong
That
with
does
you?
have a collar.
Oh, it does have a collar. You're right. I apologize.
Yeah. Where do you think you're going?
I need to find this stuff. Trust me, it'll be good if we get into fights again. I'm kind of tired of
yourself.
dying. Well, then maybe you should come with me.
Fine, but
Daylight's
I'm gonna be
wasting.
looking for other stuff.
You can look for whatever, but I'm gonna look for this.
Okay.
Leon,
Yeah.
Frank, go get Leon.
Also, it's too cold to go out right now.
Oh. I'm guessing as I step outside, my testicles make the home inside of my belly.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
if you try and leave first thing in the morning, you will notice that the world punches you in the face with that
God.
kind of cold. Just like, I'm cold out here, bitch, and just like bang straight in your face, and like you just yeah.
Okay, Vulcan said maybe some soup first. And then he goes back inside and loads up his pipe.
Because soup.
So you two have at.
Mm, hang on. 32 wood.
That's the days of wood.
Okay.
You have that many days of wood supply on your current usage.
Ooh, what's Ruby going to do? I got an idea. Because she was wanting to make a battery pack for energy weapons. She's going to think about what she needs for that to start collecting stuff. So she's going to make a list of parts that she thinks she needs for that.
All right. I will make myself an invention check for that. Mim,
Yep.
list, please. what do I do here for inventing?
For inventing, it's all secret roles, so it's your choice of skill.
My
Or
choice of
default.
skill. Okay, well, what
But-
skill does Ruby have that might be relevant to this? For creating a battery pack.
Probably either armory, energy weapons, or electrical engineering.
I like both. Yeah, both is good. Okay, right, I've got that. What's next, Mim?
Roll against it.
Right, so describe to me this invention, oh Ruby.
Well, she's not really going to think about how to attach it to a human, as she would say. That's the later part of it, but most importantly, she wants to make a battery pack that is rechargeable, that can be connected to an energy weapon and powers said energy weapon. About similar in function to the integrated battery pack that's in Quinn.
Okay, so you're referencing what you know, effectively.
Yes. And she will probably later turn that into a backpack by making some straps if it eventually ends up working. That's a later step.
Hang on, I need to. I've got something called. Hang on, scale. What is scale? Ooh, okay.
I think it was the amount of time.
Could be actually. In fact, you're going to be taking extra time on this, so I will include.
And then you roll a prototype.
You don't have any assistance because you're just contemplating this on your own. Yeah. This is going to be a tech level it's equivalent. Is this totally new? No, this isn't a totally new thing. You're just redesigning a bag, basically. It's just a bag with purpose. And batteries. A battery bag, one might say. I'm just gonna put that as a variation on an existing item. I think that's appropriate.
Yeah. Yes.
Yada yada yada. Blah 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 blah. Right, let's work out the number here. Ooh, okay. And now I just roll in secret to see whether or not you can. What's the first part, Mim? Concepting.
Yeah, you roll for concepting, then you roll for prototype if she makes something that she realizes if it works, she realizes it
Unfortunately,
doesn't work, or she makes it and realizes it doesn't work.
unfortunately, your concepting fails.
Okay.
So you have some scribbled rudimentary machinations, but nothing that you think is worthy of trying to actually put together. You're like, oh, I don't know if this crap. That probably won't work. No, you
All
have
right.
failed your invention.
Well, that probably takes a decent amount of time. So
Yeah,
as she gives up on that for the time being, she walks over to Vulcan and like, right, now we can go.
it's looking a bit cheerier outside. What about Mim?
X.
I haven't heard from
Uh,
Mim. What's Leon up to whilst all this is in progress?
Well, was well, since no one wants his help, he'll probably just see if he can work out the bugs of the distillery.
Give me a roll on the chemistry then.
Will do. God damn it!
Oh,
Oh, does that mean he breaks it? That's a fucking crit fail. Our distillery explodes.
Yeah,
I have an
you.
idea. One of the bugs bites him as he tries to push it away, and
No,
it's
as you're
poisonous.
trying to run the distillery process, and with its overheating problem, you do crack and ruin the main bowl that would be heated up, and
Oh,
it becomes utterly unusable. It's destroyed for the purposes of being a distill. You need to fix that. That's now gone from a major bug into a you done fucked it, bruv. I don't even one times you done fucked it. You done goofed
Oh,
it, Brock.
that's
I
so.
think it's coming up
Vulcan
for
comes
Leon.
over and goes, "Drugs. You look like you could use some drugs. Here you go." And he blows some drugs in his face.
Hold on. Yeah, Leon fails his will composure. He joins in partaking. He is F. He is.
She's like, yeah, give me some
It'll
drugs,
be
bruv.
okay, bud. Here, this is the good stuff too. Frank, pack the bowl. It's your turn.
And and for whatever reasons, like it does he does have like feeling a numbing sensation, but his mood doesn't really change. He's
Yeah,
still
he's just
sad.
sour.
He be pissed. He be kicking over stuff a bit more inaccurate than he would usually do, but like in his head, he's still sharp and just pissed. You worked
After
for that
all
for
the
so
long
long,
time.
so long, and it blew up.
He just blew it up.
Ah,
Oh. You know what though? I'll tell you what. I'll give you a chance at a silver lining. So I've ruined your still, but roll a luck check for me.
uh,
It can either fail or not. At this point, it can't get worse.
that would be 1 under.
1 under. I'm going to say, for the purposes of what's happened, you have resolved the problem of it being too hot.
That's great. Vulcan comes over and he's like, there's a big hole in it right now, right? Because he's like, yeah, I fixed it. Oh god.
Yeah, it's just steaming and there's like fucking fumes everywhere.
And yeah, Leon's just sour. Yes. And he's just right now Leon is sour, pissed off, and he's just waiting for it to get warm outside so he can get out get out of the building. Just
Fuck this.
just fuck this. I've spent so long on that thing. So fucking long.
Yeah. Oh, crit fails. Oh.
That
Yeah.
is the second time in this entire game I've crit failed.
Okay, there'll be
Anyway.
time for many.
So,
Out we go.
the day proper. Let's see if this goes any worse. Let me just have a GM roll here.
Well, fuck.
GM roll says look at my thing. So what's the GM roll going to have a look at here? Also, are you razzed or not, Vulcan? For the
A bit
purposes of
razzed, yeah.
checks.
Well, how long would this have been?
This would have been a couple of hours have passed, probably.
Probably not anymore. Or just buzzed, I guess. Not regular. He's regular at this stage.
He's regular, right? Gotcha. Where's my RNGesus sheet? You're currently in ruins. Where are you headed to today? And for the purposes of the map, I'm gonna plonk this on the old grass here.
So where would
Staying close, but not in the same
Yellow
spot.
again?
The orangey sort of yellow is more ruins. Doodle-doo.
I'm guessing
Maybe over here?
I mean, you do have grassland pretty much almost surrounding you.
we
Yeah.
could be lucky and also like found,
Grass land.
we could also be lucky and found something like the grass, like the nature has grown over. Could be something hidden in there. Thinking. The blue, I'm guessing the blue is just like a river.
Yeah, I mean, the blue is indicative of river. I mean, obviously, this being the Elbe, it's quite a big river. This is just tributaries and
Fog of
ponds.
War.
Oh, yeah, Fog of War. This is the Elbe, right here. Boop.
Okay.
Oh, we could go here as well. Then I guess there probably are some plants around the ruins. Because yeah, like you said, it's probably all overgrown and stuff.
You could check the ruins if you want.
Sure.
So you're heading.
I was thinking like this green.
Oh, that's forestry. Like that goes out into the forests.
Yeah, I was thinking because probably some. I'm thinking the forest probably grew over some of the
Press
cityscape.
tab.
Oh, that's for it. Are these things also floating? Oh, they are floating pretty high.
Yeah, they're floating pretty high up. I think it's because of the way these table things
Yeah.
like fold out. They're non-existent basically.
So in the case of just look at the shadow underneath it.
Yeah. I mean, the shadow is
Yeah.
yeah.
Now I was just thinking maybe there could be like
There.
some overgrown buildings and plants. Frosty likes them plants or Vulcan.
What's the party deciding on?
I'm okay with going there.
Yeah,
Here.
we'll try to stick together.
To the ruins.
I'm guessing.
So to the yellow spot, right?
So the ruins to the southeast. Okie dokie.
Cool.
Interesting. Right. Okay. Well, it won't take you very long to get out there. And the day's nice and pleasant, and there's someone sneezing in my ear.
Alright.
That's all right. Yeah, it's a pleasant day apart from the mud underfoot. How's the atmosphere out here?
All in the atmosphere.
Pretty mild, but I'm going to give you a GM roll on it. Okay. Can everyone give me endurance checks for
Sure.
outsidey possible?
That is 3 over.
2 under.
So me and Vulcan actually cancel each other out.
Let's have a look here. Who was under?
I was 3 under.
You're 3
I
under.
was 2 under.
And who? So it was just Vulcan that was over, was it?
Uh,
Sorry, Vulcan man, your aging
fatigue.
body. Nope, this is radiation, I'm afraid.
a lot?
Amelia,
No.
high five for the young club.
No, it's a very mild dosage of
Got it.
radiation, but it's there anyway. I have to give it to you because you're marching around
I'm
unprotected.
an old fucker who shouldn't be walking around outside and just needs to be made into a goddamn robot brain already.
Yeah, I was about to ask you why you keep going on and on and on and about making a robot like with AI and everything.
I have decided that I'm going to make Vulcan into a robot if it's possible. But
No, you're gonna make Frank into a robot because Vulcan's probably gonna be snuffed out before that, and then it's gonna be all Frank.
But yes. Hooray for Rads.
You just made 10 potions of get healthy tonic.
Hey, you're way too worried about those rats.
10?
The
It's
amount
not
of
a lot.
rads that you soak up passively is unimportant. Be worried more about radiation if you actually hit a hot spot,
Yeah.
or if you actually encounter something that's radioactive. The amount of rads you get from walking around, because at the moment you are in moderate risk area. So the problem is that the area around you is irradiated, so just passive radiation is affecting you.
It's just a little radical.
Yeah, you're fine. Right, so you managed to make it out to the southwestern area of ruins. What do you do when you get there?
Grab knowledge for me.
And I'm going to look for parts to upgrade Quinn's arm.
You're looking
Healing
for
powder.
parts. You're looking for healing powder things. Everyone's doing something different. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, go round one by one. Tell me what skill you're rolling against,
I'm
and
rolling.
let's do things.
Alright, I'll roll. Hey. I am 1 under my scrub salvage.
In which case, I shall reward you with the following. You can have... Are you looking for something specific, or just looking around and kicking things until you see something shiny?
Leon's definitely kicking things. Like, he's still steaming from the failure. So, Yeah, no, I'm not looking for anything in particular, just looking for stuff. But yeah, he's definitely kicking stuff up, just like.
You have found, probably in a small bottle, like a plastic bottle that's faded and worn over time, but it's a small bottle of adhesive.
Is it functioning adhesive?
It's adhesive. In the world of Fallout, it is adhesive material, so it's a glue of some kind.
Should I
Cool.
put that on the pile?
Yeah, sure.
It is 1 times adhesive.
1 times adhesive. It's the.
Noted. It's useful stuff.
It is very useful.
It can help you in a lot of things, because let's face it, sticking stuff together is useful.
I know in Fallout 4 that's like gold.
Yeah, definitely gold.
Adhesive. My turn. I'm going to roll against my scroungery.
Scrounging, and you're looking for robot
Parts
parts.
to upgrade Quinn's arm, yeah.
Is it actually called that?
I passed by 1.
You pass by 1.
1. WAN. No?
Yeah.
What kind of word? Like, I'm dyslexic, and even I was confused by that.
Unfortunately, you do not
Good.
find any robot parts. However, you do get a reward of. Oh, give me a luck check.
On, you can do this.
1 over.
In which case, you get the unlucky reward as you're fumbling around amongst the ruins. You prang your finger on an old hypodermic needle, and you now have poisoning, which I will give you from the Fallout book.
What?
Tetanus.
Oh, crap.
So, poisons. Poisons. Poison, and effects. 39.
Come on, bitch. That's
She
brutal.
failed the luck check.
That's. Come on.
She failed the luck check. I don't make these. Well, I do make these rules, but I.
Yeah. Like.
So you have. Poison type. Nope. No, okay. Just put it as poison type A.
Uh,
As an effect on your status and effects.
I'm gonna need to fix that.
oh yeah, it goes over there. Do I notice anything of it, or do I just feel the prick of the needle?
I mean, to you prick your finger and it's a little bit of blood, but nothing consequential.
And I'm just like, what the hell? Quinn, come over here.
And
Stomp on this.
Quinn sort of rocks over and just plonks his foot on it.
There you go.
Stomp,
That
stomp,
won't
stomp.
hurt anyone else anymore.
Oh, that's considerate. Don't die of poisoning, please.
Well, I don't know that I'm poisoned, so
I know.
No, but if
Just
you
go
would have
do anything
mentioned
you
that
want.
you got stuck by a fucking hypodermic needle, guess who would have been like, You doctor.
Your doctor.
But you didn't, so now you're poisoned. Have fun with that. Make another character.
While Frosty
You
said
don't
that
have
doctor
any
part, I just
any poison resist, do you? You have toxic resist.
Does my cutie know that I'm poisoned?
Actually, hang on. Yeah, the resistance would count for
should.
this.
Huh?
Your cutie, yes, your cutie would give you biofeedback.
So it would be like, you're poisoned with something.
If you were to look at it, yes, and I presume you intermittently look at it, so you'd probably notice at some point.
Yeah? Not right away, though.
But the good news is your natural resistance is at least meaning you're not going to suffer immediately. So that's
This 3
nice.
over here.
Yeah. So the first one is your toxic poison resistance, and then next one's your rad resistance. In fact, yeah, you have a
Okay.
natural rad resistance. Hang on, let me just... you have a rad resistance.
But isn't that just for being a human?
No, humans are not naturally radiation resistant.
Why do I
But
have this then? Oh, it's
because
for my armor.
I don't know if it's your armor or if it's because of
Yeah.
your... Oh, it is.
Armor gives +1 rad and +1 fire.
In which case, yeah. In which case, I do need to deduct some radiation from you. The passive radiation.
I am less radical now.
You are. Which actually, meh, it's negligible, but you've only gained negligible amounts.
Hmm.
So the effect is pretty substantial compared to what you've gained, I'd say. Does anyone else have any anti-rad armor? Vulcan, I don't know why you have a point of radiation. You don't have anti-rad armor.
Leon
No.
does.
This looks like it's. Oh no, that's blast resistance. I
Wait,
think.
the armor says he doesn't. What armor are you wearing?
He's got radar armor. In fact, both of these have got radar armor, which is not rad resistant.
This is not correct in all of this, so I'm pretty sure he's wearing something else. Oh no, wait, this is correct.
You get poison resistance natural of 3.
Has 4 and 1 radical resistance.
Oh, yeah, actually, Leon's might be higher on his natural. Hang on, let me just check. Yeah, he has a natural poison resistance of 4.
Oh, because he has more endurance?
Yeah, but yeah, he
Does
shouldn't.
that also give him the rad resistance?
No, he should. Vulcan and Leon should not have that point of rad resistance. But that's fine, because I haven't actually deducted any points from there anyway, so they've been getting their radiation dosage as normal. Anyway, so poison type A, no effect immediate that you're aware of, but your QT will at least let you know at some point when you look at it.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what you get for your fumbling about.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in Hospital Land, does the
Hospital.
doctor wish to have a fumble around for his Xander and Brock, or the German equivalent thereof?
Yes.
Maybe it's Brander and Zock, I don't know.
Brander and Zock. Yeah. What the hell am I rolling against?
So you can use your naturalist score for this.
Got it.
Because that better represents what you're doing.
No. Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's so. Hang
Sorry,
on.
I saw the 6 and I'm like, well, fucked. 3 under. 4 under.
3 under.
4.
4 under.
Yeah.
4.
4.
We spell that FOAH.
You have managed to find something. So you have found Oh, crap. In which case, you have found one lot of the flower components. So you have 1 times healing flower component, whatever that might be.
So I don't have anything else. I just have this one component. How many components?
Each thing takes 2 components. So you need the flower component and the root component. You've found a flower component.
Will you keep track of
Can't
that?
look for both.
Well, you were looking for both, but in your search, you found that.
I'll make an Excel sheet.
Plonk it on your sheet. So I mean, take a card or something. Yeah. Healing powder, flower times 1.
All right, that's what he does.
Cool. Time passes as you're each doing your own little search abouts amongst the ruins. Nothing interrupts you. What would you like to do?
Keep kicking over more stuff because he is still annoyed.
You're just kicking stuff now.
Yeah.
Well, by now I've probably looked at my QT,
Yeah, I mean, it's been
Um,
a couple of hours poking around in the ruins.
and it's probably complaining that I have some kind of poison.
Yeah, I mean, you would notice that the a little icon's probably flashing somewhere.
Does it know any more about what kind of poison it is, or just poison?
It tells you you have some kind of mild poisoning. It doesn't indicate what kind of poisoning. It just says toxic infection, or it's something of that effect.
Is it a poison or a disease?
Do you want to know something? Everything's done simply by poison type in this. I can do diseases, but they come about differently for this purpose.
Well, I go walk over to Vulcan and Vulcan,
Hmm.
I think I might be poisoned with something.
What?
Yeah.
Did you eat something you weren't supposed to eat?
No.
I told you to stay away from those mushrooms over there. Frank,
I
tell
think
her.
it might be because I got stung by something, but I'm not sure.
You got stung? What'd you get stung by?
Some kind of needle.
You got stung by a needle.
Yeah.
And you didn't think that maybe you should tell me about it, that I might know what kind of needle it was.
No.
All
and
sorts of
I'm
things. You know,
telling
I've
you
done some
right now.
crazy drugs in my time. Now Frank can tell you a couple stories. Yeah, you remember that time back in Las Vegas, which is a place that exists in this land, that we went, and that drones for a bit.
Yeah, Ruby's looking very angrily at you because she's getting bored of all this talking.
This is your punishment for
Being
not telling me
Being
about it.
helpful.
Oh, unless I know what type of poison it is, there's nothing I can do about it.
In the pseudo magical healing world of Fallout, poison is fixed with anti-poison.
I don't have any anti-poison.
If you have antidote, you anti-poison things.
I need antidote. Can I look for stuff to make an antidote?
You could try and make a herbal remedy, but it would not be a full antidote, because obviously I have to work in some scope of reality. You don't know what you're dealing with. At best, you'd be doing some kind of palliative, like, cure to it.
Just like this will work against general things, but general being the key. So we need to actually get you. Will probably need an actual doctor, or some. We'll have to send Leon into town to look for antidote.
An actual doctor.
Well, yeah, I've
Then
just
what
got
are
the code.
you?
I picked this off of some poor fucker in the woods back there. Nothing, dear. I will be happy to look at that. I want to try to fix it.
You want to try and fix the problem of poisoning.
Yes.
You do have diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
As this would be a quite in-depth diagnosing, you're probably going to need some time to gather samples.
Ah, pee in this jug.
What?
A sample, a urine sample. That's the joke. Haha. See, it's not funny anymore now.
It's to me.
You're not just
Creepy and weird.
plastic bottle.
Yeah, I'll try to look around for the thing that you destroyed, because maybe something was on the syringe. They can be labeled, you know.
Are you going to go and have a look for...
Yeah,
I'll point him to where it was, I guess.
I guess
I
I
mean, you
can
know where
find
it is, so
But
can you, either using Ruby's scrounging or Vulcan's outdoorsmaning, make me a searching for needle in a ruin?
Well, it would be just a gigantic footprint, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a giant
Yeah.
quin-shaped footprint, so, but I need to know if you can, quote-unquote, find it in character.
Right.
I don't know who's supposed to roll.
Both?
Either both of you. I mean, you're both having a look around, so...
Yeah, we're both doing it. Yeah. 7.
I rolled 5 under.
Well, with the
Four.
combined effects of, the fact that you're looking for a giant quin-shaped footprint and Ruby knows where she's been, you do find the smashed, crumpled ruins of what was an old needle.
And it's just the needle,
Yeah, it's an old smashed up hypodermic.
not attached to anything, just a straight up sharp.
Yep, it's just
Okay, well, that's not helpful. Well, shit. I don't know if I can figure anything out from this, but I'll try.
Put it this way, if you roll a diagnosis roll for me, and if we entertain the concept, I'll come back to you in a minute, Mim, I have got that in mind. Entertain the concept that time will pass for you to go through the processes of trying to deduce what's going on. Will that allow you to make a somewhat curative thing along with one of your gadgets? As in,
Using maybe that flower that I found, piece of it.
I could see that being involved. Yeah,
Like that, using that with a combination of either one or two of my gadgets.
yeah,
I think
I
that's
could see
fair.
that. Give me a diagnosis roll. But before that, let's go back to Mim. You rolled 5 under, looking around for stuff. What, if anything, are you looking for?
It's the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. Leon, Mim, Leon, Mim.
I think he's dead.
Oh, Mim died.
No. No. Someone woke up.
Oh, was it me?
So I didn't want to clutter your you guys talking with me talking Danish and opening doors and stuff like that. So
Talking Danish.
yeah, no. So but have you been trying to get a hold of me before now?
No, just I was coming back to you
Oh.
because of your previous roll, where you'd rolled
Oh, okay.
5 under for your scrap salvaging.
Yes.
And I was wondering
Kicking
if you
more
were looking
stuff
for anything specific.
Nope. Still annoyed. Still kicking
So
more
you're
stuff.
literally just kicking stuff around. You find a half a roll, but it's still got on, of some fiber optics.
Cool.
There's an old, like, the area of ruins you're in, some kind of industrial building that you're sort of rummaging through the broken down, smashed remains of. And yeah, there's
Okay.
plenty of empty rolls of stuff, but then you see one that's got some stuff wrapped around it. You pick it up, and it's a half roll of fiber optics.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. I keep. I take that along with the plastic bottle I found before. And so wait, this is just like the clear plastic cable where you just send an yeah, piece of light through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Anything else I need to do?
No, that's you done. I was just handing it out because you've managed to get a good roll, so you deserve to get the thing.
Okay. Well, then I trundle on backwards, looking where the other two people are.
We managed to track back to Vulcan and Ruby, and Vulcan's busy prodding at Ruby for some reason.
Okay, yeah, I the last I heard before I heard someone else was Vulcan saying that he pulled the lab coat off someone else. That was the last part I heard.
Ruby's poisoned.
Okay, well, fuck. What do we do? Well, okay, Leon comes back and saying that what's going on? What's wrong with Ruby?
And I'm going to explain that she stuck herself on a needle and we're fixing it, sort of.
Oh dear. You can thank Mim for this later, but I've just read back about age and aging, and I'd read it slightly wrong.
Is that a good thank or bad thank?
Probably bad if
thing.
Sorry.
At 70, it becomes more frequent, the effects. But what I hadn't read is the chapter before it, or the passage before it, beginning at age 50. So, Vulcan is a decade in to aging, which is going to be problematic, because I can't very well retcon some of the stuff that has now come to
No.
pass.
We're going to just make it, how about this? It all hits right now.
you just suddenly feel old. I'm
It's just
old
like,
now.
whoa. Fuck. What is...
What
Oh,
year is
yeah,
it?
use this pipe.
What fucking year is it?
Oh, what? No. Oh, remember the Beatles? Yeah, so I'm guessing all my stats drop by 1 each year.
So at age 50, you have to take effectively what would be a endurance check for each of your stats. That's harsh. Oh man, you should have been crippled before we start. Oof, I'll have a think about this one because there's no way I
I'll
can.
be retiring Vulcan if that's the case, because we'll have to retroactively do all of those. So his stats are going to just be shit.
Yeah, he would plummet.
He will die. We'll just say Vulcan dies in his sleep from old age. Cancer. That's not crazy. Because
That is
there's no
legit.
way he'll be an invalid by this. It's 10 years in. Over 10 years.
Yeah,
It's 12
it's
years.
over 10 years
So over 12 rolls
on
to
each
drop
stat.
these stats. Yeah, for each special stat. So he's dead.
Let me just
I'm
keep
pretty
reading.
sure if his endurance drops to 1, he's dead. Vulcan's dead.
Any roll of modified,
Why did I
lose an
mention that?
attribute to
Why?
age, reduce,
I'm starting to think like Leon is fucking cursed because like everybody's
What's
dying
going on,
around him.
Rage?
I reread some rules For now, I'm enjoying Vulcan so he can be alive. There we go.
But he was dead?
No, he's going to die from all these rolls he has to do.
There would be a chance of him becoming dead.
So
But
let's
does
see.
he have to roll against the heart attack or something?
I have to roll against my endurance, which is 10. So 12 times, saying I fail every single roll in endurance, that puts my endurance at not living status.
Mm.
It's a minus to the skill, right? If you fail.
Hang on, I'm just reading. It's on page 444 if you care, but on a failure, reduce the attribute in question by 1 level. Critical
Yeah.
failure reduces it by 2 levels. Unless you have longevity, but whatever.
Nope.
Diddly-dee. Modified HT, blah 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 blah. Secondary characteristics, blah 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 blah.
Oh God, is it what I think it is? It's for every single skill.
Well, yeah, so in GURPSian language, it's for all of the core stats, which in this case equates to the special stats.
Okay. So it's not as I thought I had to roll against every skill I have.
No. But it does say that as your core skills decrease, obviously, all of the
Mhm.
reference stats would
Yeah,
become...
they would all fall because.
But for now, I'm going to GM Wavium that Vulcan is very much
Had I
alive.
known that there was a thing for the aging, I would have been before that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I should have read the book
This is an
better.
oversight. I thought it was only at 70 because like
Yeah,
I
me too.
read the bit where it says at 70, and I was like, okay, so he's not 70, and I gave up reading
Mm-hmm.
because I
Yeah,
thought, well, he's not
exactly.
70, so
We did the same thing, you and I. I was like, okay, so as long as he's under 70, it's fine. But nope, 50. Don't make any character that's older than 50.
yeah, that's harsh.
Yeah. Well, but it's fair. It's harsh, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
You
I mean
start to
that is
degrade.
harsh. Like,
But if you have a high endurance stat, then it's kind of irrelevant.
well, yeah, because anything less than they say in there that a 16 is the true pass level. So, if you were to have super high endurance, you'd have to roll 17 or 18 for it to fail.
Exactly.
And I think there was a thing in there that said if you do have that high endurance, then only an 18 doubles the effect. I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and read it. But
I saw something about that.
for now, you're alive because the character's pretty funky and I'm enjoying it. So tough.
And
I'll figure out a way to
thing.
kill you, but it ain't gonna be that.
Yeah, that'll be quietly die in the middle of the night because his body just melts.
Yeah. I are a puddle.
At least Brad Scorpion, man. Come on.
Yeah. Some kind of death claw thing.
Okay.
Okay, so skipping past
diagnosis.
that. Diagnosis. Yeah, have you rolled that? Have we got a roll on that?
We are about to. Hopefully it's not shit. 11 against 13, I think. But it is related to healing.
So you can get your perks because it doesn't yet apply that all that's been retconned.
Excellent. So lots better.
You, with a little bit of work and a little prodding, and maybe you accidentally, take a little bit of blood from her and do some very rudimentary, blood works of some kind. I don't know how that can be done in the
This
field.
turns yellow if it's an alkali or I don't know.
Yeah, something along that line, like mixing it with some crap. I mean, in fact, you're going to use a gadget for this that I've determined.
Yeah.
Just gadget.
If it can be better, I'll use 2 gadgets.
No, you've got a damn good result, and like your diagnosis is on point. So you determine the form of toxin that Ruby is suffering, and because you've got a successful diagnosis, if you can make with your herbal doobar a successful roll along with the healing powder flower, I will allow you to make a curative thing.
Okay. I have gotten rid of the healing flower because I'm guessing that's consumed whether or not
Yeah.
I succeed. So
And
here we go.
here's another gizmo for the effort.
Yeah. 12.
And this is on your pharmacy herb,
Yeah.
which is on the dot. It's related to healing anyway, so you get all your bonus.
So
So
4 under.
you mush your newly found flower up in your palm. You know, you find some source of water from a puddle
No,
or
I
something.
just straight up like chew it.
Yeah,
and-
just like yeah, exactly. And in a short while, you have a rather unpleasant looking, like, I don't know, paste thing.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. You've made well, if that was called Badaway, what can I call this?
It's got to be something. It's got to be something catchy. Pun time. Go.
Antidote.
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 Poisogon.
Poisogon.
Yes. All right, that's the winner. Come on.
Poisogon.
Okay, even I have to admit that
Poisogon.
was pretty okay. That was goddamn.
You managed to succeed that by what did you just roll? What's the thing say in the chat?
4 under, so it's 12.
4 under. In which case, is Ruby consuming the Poisogon?
Has she been explained how to use it?
So, all right. The good news is I made something for it. The bad news is it's a suppository.
A what?
A suppository. You stick it in your bum. No, I'm just kidding. It's a paste. It's not a pill. So you just rub this on there. Or no, you have to eat it because it's poison. So you'd have to consume it. You eat this. Unfortunately, it had to be pre-chewed, and it's gonna give you some horrible gas.
But don't
No,
worry.
see, I think this is fair. Like the Badaway makes you vomit. The Poisogon gives you a lot of gas. Like
That's not possible because women don't do
Yes.
gas.
oh, okay.
Oh,
Horrible stomach cramps, like something. It has to have a bad effect because it's like a.
Yeah, because it's an
It's
interim
improvised.
non. Yeah, it's not actually a medical thing. You're just, I guess, overriding the poison by flushing it out of the body. Like you're just going to
it's
give her
like
diarrhea on
Niacin.
an epic scale.
So horrible stomach cramps. How about that? As your body's trying to like break this crap down, it's just like, why?
So I have
Okay.
to eat this.
Yes, you eat this.
She smells it.
Oh, it is. Oh.
It's not nearly as bad as the Badaway. That's enough to clear a
Oh.
room.
That's
But-
very bitter.
Yeah.
Fine. She tries to eat it.
In which case, can you give me an endurance check?
Yep.
I'm actually going to make my notebook in this game have like the side effects from my improvised drugs.
Oh, my first failed endurance check.
Okie
3 over.
dokie. Yeah, so only a short while after this, your stomach is just churning. Like, it's making some bad noises. And very quickly after that, it's time to find a bush.
oh.
And then there's
Aw.
even worse noises that follow.
Aw.
And it's a funny color too. It's like orange or something.
Yeah, it's like
But that's the poison that's come out. You just detox. It's fine.
But because it is a curative thing, you have healed poison.
Nice. So it wasn't for nothing.
No, let's just say you're going to be going to that bush a couple more times. He says very quietly under his breath.
Yes, like, oh, you think that was the end?
No, but it's coming out the end.
Cool.
Oh,
So,
Jason,
a little bit of
Leon has to
field
use the toilet fast.
field doctoring. Is there anything else you want to do whilst you're out in the ruins?
Was it just the one dose that I made of that?
Yeah, it was just the one dose, and it's been
Got it.
consumed, and the effects of it are somewhere past the crumbled wall over there.
Fair enough.
If there's still time left, I want to search more.
What about the rest of the group?
Oh yeah, Leon can
Okay,
still pick up
yeah.
stuff.
Okay,
He's still
I'll do it now before. So, Vulcan can become 1 point down on his fatigue anyway, and everyone else can have an endurance check.
all right. Why do I roll that now? Why?
I'm
Why
one
do I
over.
roll that?
You're 1 over, in which case you can lose a fatigue point as well.
15 out of 10. 5 over.
Well, you lose a
Okay,
point
so-
anyway.
Yo.
You're compulsory losing a point. So.
And I'm 5 under. Why did I
As
roll
we,
this now?
You're
As we
5.
continue to search,
Yeah.
Ruby embarrassingly says, like, don't search over there. You won't find anything over there. and
There's
you'll
nothing over there.
Why does it smell so bad over there?
Whatever happened over there didn't happen.
Oh. And Vulcan looks to Frank, and Frank looks back at Vulcan with the face, the knowing face, like, just keep your mouth shut, bro.
Okay, I thought you was going to say that Frank looks over with glee in his face, just like.
Whilst Vulcan's having a moment with Frank, Quinn sort of vibrates gently and just goes, "Unpretty flowers." Unpretty flowers.
I like the fact that Quinn has an awkward moment sensor on him.
I need all of your other upgrades are unimportant. We need to get him an emotive face, like to screen with the pixels, so he can make sad faces or
I did
Like
just
Zero from Borderlands.
like Zero from Borderlands. Yeah.
Oh dear.
or what the fuck was that? There's a kids movie where
Wally, Eve.
No, it's kinda, but there was another one where it kind of looked like an upgraded version of Eve.
Haven't seen it.
All right.
Big Hero 6, I'm guessing.
No, wasn't that? Anyways, I'll figure it out. But yeah, it also had the emoticon face thing.
Yeah, something like that, just so that he can make little sad faces or little happy sunshines, and because we could do that for just flavor, that he has that capability, but he can't do anything
There we go.
to help us or anything.
Anyway,
Own
so you're going to continue on, right? We've done
Yeah,
fatigue for the effect of the thing that's happening. So what are you up to? What are you consuming your time in this area, or do you want to try a different area?
Yeah.
You could move off to
No.
a.
Fully make sure this area's
One a day, stay in the one and clear it out, then move to another one.
Okay. So what are you all up
I
to?
will look for more healing stuff.
Cool.
We're also all looking for different stuff, so we, other than that one spot behind the wall, we can go over the same spot where people have already been.
Fan out,
that
but
bush
in
up
that
there,
direction.
and that bush, and that one, and that one.
Frosty, I posted a picture. I want Quinn to be able to do that.
Yeah, just like that.
It's a movie called Next Gen. It's actually quite cute.
Oh yes, I have heard of that one.
Yeah.
Right.
It's actually a good, a relatively good movie.
Okie dokie.
Scrounging for robot parts.
Well, hang
Good
on,
luck,
because
Don.
Oh,
oh no,
Ah.
okay. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'll come back to that. Keep it in mind.
That's
Was
fine.
that 12 for your
Yes.
Frosty? Was
That was the diagnosis, or because what was the 15? The 15 was the endurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was your endurance for which you didn't need to roll because it was compulsory.
Yeah.
Was the 12 you're searching? Is what I'm asking.
I don't think so.
All right. In which case, don't worry about it. Make a search roll, and I will come back to you in a moment. Amelia's got a
Yeah.
7 on the board.
Yep.
So you were searching specifically for robot parts. Ooh, there's a
Yep.
7.
I wasted my good roll on an endurance check. I don't give a shit
Hey,
about
hey, you will once you start passing out.
Which
You
means
have a robot to carry me.
in amongst the crap that you've been kicking around, hang on, I've lost my page. Quinn
Hopefully
upgrade.
it hasn't been crap.
You have found something you believe will be helpful in your Quinn upgrade plans.
Oh. Where was I keeping track of?
You're not. I am.
I also was.
Were you? Ooh, did I allow you that? Would I allow you that?
Or maybe not. I thought I had a 1 out of 3 somewhere.
Well, if you had a 1 out of anything, then you already know. I mean, you have 2 out of something now,
Oh,
but
here. No, I have no out of. I have 1 sets of Quinn parts.
okay. You now have 2 sets of Quinn parts.
Fine.
There is an upper limit of how much you need to gather, and you will become cognizant of it upon having gathered that many. But for
Okay.
now, you have 2 parts.
Good.
Right. And also, I'll give you some rubbish, because you deserve some rubbish for crapping
I
yourself
like
all over the
rubbish.
place.
Mm-hmm.
So
Every time he hears the noises that shall not be named, Vulcan like loudly says, "Sorry, yeah, I should have given you this too," and he like pulls out this herbal remedy that would slightly help.
Ah. Ruby looks very angry at him.
You
He
have
quickly runs.
found probably nearby where you found the thing that you're going to be adding to your robot parts pile, a canister, a can, a tub, I don't know, of household cleaner.
Ah. Household cleaner.
Yep, it's just all I've got here is household cleaner.
She takes that goes on the junk pile. So it's a can of household cleaner.
A container of household cleaner. I don't know what it comes in. I'll have to check my junk listing. Let me just try and so household cleaner. What does it come in? Here it is. Household cleaner. It comes in a plastic bottle.
Okay. Isn't that an ingredient for making meth?
You can use it to make explosives.
Drano, honey.
Okay.
Or sorry, it's liquid plumber.
Oh, okay.
Well, you've got Dash Plummenspiel or something. I don't know, something equally.
That's plums.
Nice.
Yeah, non-racist in any way.
That's the
That
best
was
way.
almost as God as what was it? Poison Be Gone?
Yeah, poison
We
gone.
also had
Poison.
rat poison at some point.
We do.
We
still
call
have
that
it.
I have the rat
I was
poison.
going to say, yeah, Vulcan.
Yeah.
So Mimic, you were rolling on your scrap salvage,
Yes.
and
I rolled 2 under.
rolled
Sad.
2 under. What,
Again, I'm
if
just
anything, are you looking for?
kicking stuff around.
You're just abjectly kicking bits about, are you?
Yes. Still stealing.
Okay. So I
Clean up
know that you've been in a foul mood all day.
Mm-hmm.
How, like, what's Leon's temperament? Is he literally like hands in pockets, just walking around kicking things, or what's going on in Leon's world to help?
You're like, he's not having his hand in his pocket because he would slip. But it is like the same kind of mood that we'd be in. Like he is legit annoyed at the fact that his wonderful distillery just blew up in his face.
Cool.
So yeah.
Give me a luck check then.
Sure. Nope.
Okay, so
4 over. Not lucky.
as you're fuming about in the ruins, and you're sort of just, you're shuffling bits aside, and you see something, you give it a bit of a hoof.
Mhm.
At the very last moment, as your foot impacts this thing, your eyes widen as you look down and realize that you've kicked a canister of some kind.
I
But there's
examined the
something in the back of your mind that reminds you about the way this canister looks. And in the following brief moments, as the canister is now tumbling through the air, your brain ticks over in that very slow time frame of that instant.
Mhm.
And
It's a
your
mine.
brain goes, huh, that looks a lot like the kind of canisters that you'd keep gunpowder in.
Oh,
And then the canister hits against a wall, sparks, and goes boom in a big cloud smoke
Oh.
ah,
as it self-ignites in a wet whoomp of a explosion.
I'm out.
So, do we hear an explosion in the
It,
distance?
it's very muffled, because it's literally the canister is basically just boom.
It would probably go more in a.
Yeah, it doesn't give a fireball or anything. It's literally just a boof as it sort of explodes
You hear
itself.
Vulcan in the distance say, "Sorry, sorry."
Yeah, and then Ruby
All right,
Ruby
Rick.
goes.
Yeah, see, I'm out of here. Bye, guys.
Ruby yells to Vulcan. Vulcan, did you give Leon some of that stuff too?
No, I swear I didn't. He didn't need it. I didn't have enough.
And what is he doing back
I
there?
don't know. Maybe we should go check on him.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe he stabbed himself with a needle and didn't tell the doctor about it.
Shut up.
But
For future reference, if you ever stab yourself with anything that looks like a hypodermic needle, let me know about it. We can clear this up much quicker, and next time I might not forget about the anti-diuretic.
diuretic.
Fine.
Yeah.
Diuretic. That's
Whatever
for
it
pee.
is. Yeah, that's for you're anyway, but Vulcan, you rolled a 7 on your naturalist, I
Searching.
presume?
Yeah, to
Uh,
search for the healing powder components.
So you're looking for healing powder components. What's your naturalist score?
13.
Ooh, okay. So you have gotten. You sort of start eking around the edges of the ruins, more toward where the ruins break into the forest. So after a little bit of searching, you actually come across 2 more of the flowers, but you also come across 6 of the root components that you need. And all of that happens before you hear the damp woof of the self-exploded gunpowder.
That was 2 of the flower?
2 of the flower, 6 of the root.
6 of the root.
Did you seriously, guys, just consider the fact that Leon just fucking farted and he wanted to check up on him? Or what?
Yep.
Oh my god.
But as it fits in nicely with the fact that I've rolled a random encounter that occurs during this time sync, and also the fact that we've now reached the end of the session, with the somewhat incongruous sudden woof of gunpowder self-exploding, you hear someone yell, "Who's there? Who the fuck's there? What's that?"
Oh dear.
Someone's paying attention to that noise, and they're coming to investigate.
Please
Where
tell
is
me
that
one of
coming
them
from?
split.
We shall pick up next time.
Oh,
Please tell me someone just make a notice that one of them just slips in what didn't happen.
If the dex roll is bad,
The
who knows?
dex roll is bad.
Or sorry, the agility roll.
Yeah. I just wanted one to come out and then Ruby seeing it and just like, oh no, 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 no.
no, she's just gonna be like, "That's not real. You're all dreaming."
This is
Yeah,
all a
exactly.
dream.
Yeah, like just be like, am I just being haunted by my own feces? Oh
So,
God.
See, this session felt great.
Yeah.
No skill training.
Yes, that was probably the biggest thing.
I feel like I got so much stuff done.
I know we got so much shit in 2 days. 2.
3 days
And-
if you want to
and-
count
and-
the
Oh,
days.
3
Yeah.
days. Like, holy crap. Look at all this shit. We have fucking bad away. You could go swimming in toxic waste. I wouldn't recommend it, but like, oh. Then all those pieces, you fixed Quinn, and the distillery exploded, but you fixed the bug. So just repair
You
the
fixed
distillery.
the bug.
No, but
Oh,
that's
I chased the bug out.
he chased the bug out, but it bit you on the way.
I would like to let this session go down to remembered as the session without an encounter that Leon blew something up twice. I mean,
Yeah, that's good.
hey, I can just go to chat and say, hey, I made 2 things blow up also in one session, and I'm not dead.
So,
I was like, come on, get on my level, bro.
I
it
will
was-
say, from my perspective, this felt a lot better. This felt much more like when we were in the original journey through the forest.
Yeah,
it did.
yeah.
That
And then-
same element of like what's happening next kind of thing.
The story, there was story with it, more like,
Yeah,
although it was a bit more raunchy, but still,
Definitely.
like,
this kind of felt
organic.
like,
Is that the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know.
But it was much less stale from my side, and I wasn't
Oh, I bet.
doing nearly as much like, oh, if I can write this down right there, I've got to take like no bookkeeping occurred. I was just like,
Yeah.
well, find out what's happening in the world, just go on with it. And I liked that the character skill checking felt better as well.
just more streamlined.
Yeah.
And I think using the modifiers for the next time is gonna be so much better.
So I'm happy with the way this went in my current rethinking.
Quick,
Me too.
quick question, Rich, for the sheets for the next time.
Yes.
Let's say I'm having to roll something that is based on my repair skill. Like, do you have the sheets somewhere?
Oh, I delorted
Oh.
it. Hang on. Hang on. It still exists here somewhere.
It's just somewhere in the world. Also, Ruby made a trap.
Yeah, pretty good trap.
A big scary trap.
I'm just gonna laugh my ass off if that thing goes off in the middle of the night. Like, bang! Everyone awake.
Yeah, just boom.
Oh, there they are. Okay, let's see if I can.
What the hell was that?
All right, cool. Okay, I'm not blind.
I am.
All right. So let's say I use I'm gonna do a small guns repair. So that's my repair score. So let's see that. So wow,
So
okay. So that's a 10 under on my repair skill. Would
yeah,
that then also include this one? So that would actually be a 12 under.
yes.
Ooh.
You have 13 hit points.
No, I have 11.
Yeah.
But if something changes, then I would probably have. Again, it would make sense considering I do have
Yeah,
a bit
you do
more
have more
endurance.
endurance.
Yeah. Wait, are you guys?
Oh no, he doesn't have 13 hit points, and also I've done Vulcans wrong.
Does endurance increase your hit points if you get enough of it?
I'm gonna say it probably does. Let me just have a quick look here. Oh yeah, GURPSian nonsense.
Yeah, I
So,
can't. You know, I can't. Yeah, I'm really loving these the plus modifiers. I think that's much more intuitive.
well, I think it'll be a lot easier, and because there will be no defaulting. So if
Yeah.
you see a thing in your core stats, that's the fucking number we work with.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I'm getting fed up of like, oh, but you don't know how to. I don't care anymore. Let's just like get on with
yeah.
the characters.
Trying to do some of the invention stuff. It was just like it
Well,
was
I will
just
say the
brutal.
invention thing will still have to be done in the way it's done, but the way it's done
Yeah.
doesn't grossly affect
I think the
root
one
scores
thing
of the
that
skills.
really screwed me over during it's probably in combat. Like I have a gun.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's small guns, but you are not proficient in using fucking
Yeah,
specific
yeah.
model of it, and then you get -4. It's just like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
to roll a 4 or under to make it work. That's
No, so all that will disappear. Like, so.
yeah. That looks. I am look, and to be honest, I'm actually looking forward
Well,
to a combat.
he has 12 unarmed. Is that correct?
I will double check that.
Yeah, it is. Here too.
Yeah, 12. I've got 12 on the unarmed.
Holy fuck! You're better at how the heck?
That makes no sense. Or maybe she uses her claws for fighting. She goes for the eyes.
Go for the eyes, boo.
She's using them girly tactics. Which is, even though, like, apart from the stupid name, it's a legit tactic. It is.
Yeah.
But it also would. But you also have better melee stat. Like, I even made Leon fight with a monkey wrench, but alright. Oh yeah, your energy weapons is so high, I scrapped that one because I didn't want it.
Yeah, but energy weapons are nice
Hmm.
in terms of that they work on electricity.
Yeah.
And electricity, comes in form converted into either voltages or whatever.
Yeah. Trying to. And, well, hey, with heavy rain, it should be now wet enough or warm enough to actually for us to dig down
Yeah,
that fucking cable.
Well,
probably
the
because it was
rain has
also
been
2 days
soaking
of
into the
warm.
dirt, so the ground is now just mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that makes it easier to dig.
Exactly. That's my point.
Maybe we should make shovels or something.
That would not be a terrible
Or
tool.
look for shovels, because they're pretty, I imagine they're pretty common. I mean, it might be
Holy
a
hell,
bit
how
rusty.
many points does Ruby have in her core skills? Just looking at hers and mine. Holy hell.
Oops. So, have a quick run at awarding good RP. I particularly liked Mimic's RP today. I'm giving you a point for that. Frosty, I've enjoyed the adventures of Frank, so you can have a point for that. And Amelia, thank you for being a good sport.
Yeah.
Running around in the bushes.
Yeah. Don't go over there. There was nothing. That was glorious.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
I like the fact for a moment, like, it was just like, Oh yeah, Ruby is still legit a woman. There is still some a tiny bit of vanity and not vanity. What is it called?
I don't know how to
Oh.
call it, but I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
like-
just like
Modesty?
modesty.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that would probably be the better word. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not agreeing with you because you're a woman, but it's definitely the better word.
So, who gets their educated advantage today? Amelia gets one, and Mimic gets one.
Whee!
Don't me and uh
I have educated
Vulcan
one.
get those at the same time because we got the perks at the same time?
I've got a little chart that tells me when you get them.
Okay.
It's my GM chart. It's secret. You can't see it. Does anyone wish to hand out a good on ya, you person point for anyone?
I guess Vulcan for being terribly annoying with Frank.
He's not trying to be annoying. The fucker's going insane. He's old. He's probably got a tumor.
That's why I'm handing out a point for it.
But yeah, like it's
RP.
annoying, but like he legitimately needs help.
Yeah,
And
he
no
actually
one can
needs
tell.
proper like medical help here.
Yeah,
Like,
the kind of help he needs we can't provide anyway.
That auto dock in town would.
I'll tell you what, that auto dock
Oh.
in town probably would go a long way.
So we really need to take over bad. But Vulcan has an idea for that. He's got poison stuffs, and that will be the focus of next time. And he also has rat poisoned. So we're going to start poisoning the group of 9, all of their guards, and then slowly but surely they will all die by bleeding to death.
It won't work.
Then I'll hit him with a shovel.
Yeah. No, but
it'll be fine.
So
Power armor.
one vote for the Frosto. Mim, have you got any word on that, or an alternative option?
Alternative option to him going insane.
Oh,
No.
just for handing out points of goodness.
No, I think I would agree with the.
Okie dokie.
Vulcan.
The GM makes it so. And let me have a look here. I am going to give this person an additional point for meeting an additional thing on my checklist. So, that's the points.
Oh,
Just move some stuff around. You have actually all quite a substantial backup of points at the moment. I'm going to quickly post this. If my thing would stop messing around. Copy,
sorry.
paste.
Jeez. Okay.
But bearing in mind, we will be swapping to the new character sheets, so there's some implications there. I'm happy to meet up with you guys midweek or something if you want to crap something through, whatever. Or midweek being the weekend, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, no, seriously, like tonight was a hell of a lot of fun.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I felt like
We
I'm
did things. We
back
didn't skill
on
train.
track
Yeah,
with
and
the
that's-
game.
Yeah. Also, well, it coincides with the fact that we can like the weather allows for like Vulcan and stuff to go.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Like, I feel so bad, like with Chike leaving and such as like one more week, man. One more week, and we can go outside and not freeze to death
I
all
know,
day.
I know.
You know, but
That's cool. If you, that's
yeah,
cool.
you know,
Well, also the whole thing back then with the farmhouse. It's very likely that at least one of us would have died if we went there.
oh, definitely. Yeah.
It was
The
definitely. I
travel.
mean, it was definitely a risky situation, and it was far enough away. I think De Haas actually suffered fatigue getting there and back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Vulcan would have died. Like,
Didn't he also take 2 days or something?
oh
or
yeah,
was
he was
gone?
like he actually camped out overnight, and so he had
Okay.
exposure risk, which definitely would have affected Vulcan.
Did he have a tent or something, or how did he camp out?
He camped out. He's got a lot of survival skills. The guy was
Oh.
yeah.
He was a very average character, but he had like he's like Vulcan, specialized. I have a very particular set of skills.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Anyway,
mean,
no.
if you ever wanted to get into like houseplants,
That's
There we go.
hilarious.
Thank you all for coming. That was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you
And
for hosting.
like I said, I've got some ideas on how to get back
Dangly
into
bits.
tactical style combat. I'm still umming and erring because I'm like the card thing with the weird ranges has worked, but it's become apparent we've lost a lot of the feel of
Yeah.
an exciting combat. So I want to get back to that basically, but without the drudgery of GURPSian.
yeah,
Yeah.
the one, yeah, the example I wrote up, just like because that what was that like 5 turns of just before you actually did something.
Yeah.
And it's one thing if it's like one person, like that tactical combat for mine and Amelia's campaign will be fine because I'll be dealing with my NPCs and then just her.
Yeah.
One person. I can, but when you have multiple people, many NPCs, and all of that, it's like, okay, what does that mean? How does, like Rich was saying, I have to look up a bunch of charts and then, the modifier's +3 or -3.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, but I have got some ideas.
It is a dog. There's lots of them.
It's not going to be XCOM pseudo style. Sorry. I did look at doing it that way, but the inefficiencies are too great.
Okay.
So going from RPG tabletop into basically a 2-point action thing doesn't work that well, at least in the scope of this kind of game.
Also, it like just the amount of work to the conversion of some of the stats and stuff like that would probably also be like a hell of a grind.
I looked at it and all I can say is it doesn't translate.
Yeah.
Anyway.